I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cut out to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool, cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art. Book, book, art, 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 book.
Yo, what's up, girls and boys? It's time to make some noise. Cause I'm back and I'm on this track now. Let's talk about some plastic toys. You can bet I pose them all. Legends to Dragon Balls, Batman and Kaijus and Kamen Riders. I collect them all. Gotta make sure your posing's tight though. Make sure your lighting's right, yo. Keep it contained because you train for this your entire life, bro. So please don't adjust your TV. This is your host, Marty. Sit back and relax and learn this fact. Posing ain't easy.
On card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey I'm fucking with. Hype beasts we know about. Stay buying figs, don't know about. Boog nice, my nigga. A.C.B.A. been popping lately off top. My nigga, they cut out game be too amazing. MUs, my nigga, that's that shit that don't amaze me. This was for my niggas, that's really about they legends. Shouts out to Savage Poop, my niggas out in Texas. I don't fuck with no scalper, nigga, fuck what you selling. I'm all up in the toy aisle, I'm kicking kids, I'm reckless. My nigga built Maruby on that Google chat straight flexing. Look, I pop the package, I smell it. Pop the package, I smell it. Me and my nigga Tiny at the toy fair straight spinning. They asked to for that Deadpool and he ain't asked no questions. We too fly, I know this. Let me give your ass a checklist. Got the Giant Man, got that Ares, that Cable bruh, it's nothing. I get the Blue Wire, Silver Luke Cage, that Dragon Man, then I'm stunning. And this song for them fuck niggas that's hating on your collection. Yeah, they talking all that shit, but it's A.C.B.A. we reppin'. Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. I'll take that. We're taking that right there.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cut out to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool, cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art. Book art, 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 book art.
Yo, what's up, girls and boys? It's time to make some noise. Cause I'm back and I'm on this track now. Let's talk about some plastic toys. You can bet I pose them all. Legends to Dragon Balls, Batman and Kaijus and Kamen Riders. I collect them all. Gotta make sure your posing's tight though. Make sure your lighting's right, yo. Keep it contained because you train for this your entire life, bro. So please don't adjust your TV. This is your host, Marty. Sit back and relax and learn this fact. Posing ain't easy.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
You're live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir. We're officially back at it.
That's crispy.
Yes, sir. We officially back at it. Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 128. Got my boys with me. Somebody else coming? Oh,
it's
where's
me.
Rick, by the way?
Who knows where this guy is? He'll show
All
up.
right. No doubt. We back for another week. Got my man Pan Cheesy with me. Fabs the 360. Once again, I'm your host, Boog Nice, and this is episode 128 of the A.C.B.A. podcast. How you guys doing this evening? How you feeling? What's up?
Pretty good. What's up, friends?
I'm looking
Every
good
day.
and feeling good.
No doubt. Yes, you are.
You are looking good. Look at that fresh haircut, Ponch.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to
Yo,
do it.
he's wearing the salt and pepper like a champ, man. You looking good, man, for real.
I call it the Reed Richards. So
Hell
No doubt.
Hey, was that on purpose, or you thought it you up a little bit?
yeah, I've been naturally stressing myself out to this point to look exactly like Reed Richards over the last 10
Oh,
years.
It's working for sure.
How's everybody's day? You guys do anything cool for the weekend?
Hell
Hey,
no.
just absorbing the greatest and dank memes and watching my GameStop. Actually, really, your GameStop stock just go up, right?
Yeah.
It's been a good week.
It's been a hell of a week as far as that's concerned, especially if you've been sitting on some GameStop stock for whoever knows how long.
Absolutely.
All of the meme stonks are just flying through the roof right now. My AMC that I've been holding on to for years is finally paying off.
No doubt. I hope you took some money out.
Well,
I hope you cashed
I'm
in.
very responsible with my stocks. You know what I mean? Like I've been studying it. So what I do is I invest a lot, right? And then when like a new Mezco or some new sneakers drop and I need some money, I just take that investment out real quick and then use it to buy the item.
Okay.
I'm a very smart investor that way.
Whatever works. I hope a lot of nerds came up this past week, man, for real.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We got a pretty I think we got a pretty hefty topic list. Quite a few people checking in with me right before we went live and sending us some info could probably add to our list to make it a bit more robust than it already is. But yeah, Pete, take us away if you want to jump right in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, our topic list, I'm updating it right now, consists of Super 7, Mcfarlane, Hasbro, Mezco, NECA, and some third-party stuff. But I know we wanted to touch on Hasbro real quick because there was some stuff you wanted to talk about last week as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can pop into some Hasbro business. Yeah.
Let's go.
So we starting with Hasbro?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Get
Why
it out.
not?
Okay, all right. So yeah, last week I meant to actually talk about this, but shout out to X-Manny87. He had an interview with Hasbro. Shout out to Hasbro in general because they have been really one with the community for the past like 5-6 years, doing a lot of campaigns with influencers as far as like toy photographers go and letting them do their thing to help promote their product and just giving us media folks a lot of interviews and really just giving us a good look into how things work at Hasbro, how things work in the toy industry in general. But I'm saying all of that to say that they did an interview with X-Manny, and it is up on Hasbro Pulse right now. Like I said, I meant to talk about this last week, but I believe it came out the week before last. So maybe we could link that in the I don't know, I guess down there in the chat for anybody that didn't see it, and then I guess it'll be in the description when we're done here.
Yeah.
But X-Manny talked quite a bit about A.C.B.A. and its influence on him as a toy photographer and just on the industry in general. So, you know, shout out to him for shouting out A.C.B.A. basically. So I thought that was really cool. And yeah, shout out to Dwight and Ryan, and shout out to Dan, who I actually chopped it up with this past week for a hot minute too. So what else we got with Hasbro?
So Snake Eyes was just shown. The Fortnite Snake Eyes.
Yes, I mean you gotta school me on this. I don't really know what's up with the Fortnite characters.
Well,
and
Fortnite is a video game bug.
And video games are at home now instead of just at arcades.
Okay, all right. That's interesting.
Here's what's interesting about Fortnite, and it's kind of cool, I guess, because they have like like a lot of the culture of Fortnite obviously is like the skins, and you get these skins and it's how you personalize your character. It's purely cosmetic for the most part, right? And
yeah,
you can
absolutely.
They've licensed, it seems like, so much stuff out, particularly through like I think Disney, and that's why you have stuff like Terminator and Predator in Fortnite now. And then another like random 80s property that is now in Fortnite, I guess, is G.I. Joe comes Snake Eyes.
True.
Crazy stuff. I mean, if this is what it takes for like kids to finally be like, all right, what's this Predator movie you keep talking about, Dad? Whose biceps am I looking at? Like, then it's okay, I think, to start introducing the kids to the properties.
It looks like Hasbro Post just announced this like 18 minutes ago. So I mean, I sense that's why people are just showing me. So what? They're doing a redeco of say it again?
Yeah, here you go. This is what you're talking about.
So they're doing a redeco of the Snake Eyes that we already had, or what's going on here?
It looks like it, but it just has some additional like details, and I think it's meant to match the Fortnite kind of colorway. It's not the same design, but it has the same
read
elements.
This. It says things just got epic. Snake Eyes is a total mystery, but when it comes to G.I. Joe operations, he's the best there is. Now the mysterious ninja commando drops off the battle bus and joins the battle royale in a Fortnite versus or by G.I. Joe mashup. Check out this Fortnite G.I. Joe collab, Snake Eyes 0 Point Edition, available now for pre-order exclusively at Hasbro Pulse for a limited time. See link in the bio. This is a wild time.
Yeah.
As far as like marketing and like shit goes, like 7:30 at night on a Saturday. That's crazy. And
all
also
kids are out of school.
And it's pre-order, so it's not like this is some exclusive drop that's going to sell out. It seems like it was open pre-order.
That's a weird time to do this. But I guess we'll talk about Mezco in the Mezco section. But they even had a weird time drop too. This past week, right?
Well, the interesting thing about this in particular is like we've like if you go toy hunting, if you're going toy hunting now, you've seen like Fortnite figures in the wild. Like Mcfarlane does Fortnite figures in like their 7-inch scale, and then Jazzware is doing 3 3/4, and they're doing 6-inch scale Fortnite figures. But this is the first time that all those figures that come out through Mcfarlane and Jazzwares are Fortnite's own characters. Like it's their own like home cooked characters. They don't have to pay out any license or anything. So those are the only characters you've got in figure form. And then, so this is the first time we're going to get an existing figure as existing property as a figure collabing with Fortnite. And this is the first time that Hasbro is making Fortnite figures too. This might specifically not be a Fortnite figure. It's just a collaboration with Fortnite, but it's just interesting to see that, that this is happening, because for a long time people were thinking that if there's some sort of like weird loophole that Jazzwares or Mcfarlane could exploit to give us like MCU figures or like Predator figures or stuff like that, like because it's through the Fortnite license, but like a lot of us have speculated it's probably tied up extremely well in terms of just them. There's no way that like they're just like, hey, you can just make whatever you want because you're doing Fortnite figures now. But this is pretty I guess monumental is like over sensationalizing it, but it is pretty big news that like
it's unprecedented for sure.
Truly, that it's like it's an existing property that's getting a Fortnite-esque figure, and it's another company making Fortnite figures. And who knows, if this works really well, maybe Hasbro throws their hat in the ring for Fortnite figures, and we could get Fortnite figures that are on the same level as like maybe, you know, the best bucks they put out from Hasbro, which would be pretty tight.
Oh yeah.
Now, you know what? I'm sure I got the press release for this. I could get the official images. Sorry about that.
And also, I think this is kind of similar to when NECA has had like Freddy Krueger and Predator and Alien and all these characters for the longest time, and they show up in Mortal Kombat.
True.
And people are like, oh, could we get the Mortal Kombat versions of the Xenomorph and the Jungle Hunter, like all these things? And it's I don't think NECA ever could do it, or if they could, they didn't think it was worth it because they're similar enough that like who cares? But I don't think that anything like this, like a crossover into a franchise that already has toy licensing, has ever really been done. So I don't know. This is cool. If anything else, I think this is really smart on Hasbro's part, because what do? You get everybody's number one figure of 2020 back out on shelves in a new colorway that can still work with your existing Joes, your existing collection. It doesn't, it's.
Yeah, I mean,
it works, and it's honestly improved in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it looks like the exclusive release, just with some added color details, some little minor adjustments on the costume. Really, that's what it looks like to me.
And
Looks
it's nothing unforgivable that it doesn't fit in with the rest of your collection.
Right.
And if you happen to not have a Snake Eyes, there you go.
it doesn't look goofy like a lot of the Fortnite characters might.
Yeah, the art style, the specific like art direction for Fortnite is very like pseudo Pixar, like just kind of like exaggerated features and stuff on the characters. Like even when they did like Marvel and DC and stuff, they look different from how we would normally see them. But another interesting thing that I thought of is like, so the only reason we have like G.I. Joe figures right now is because of their like tie-in mobile game, right? So like maybe this is not necessarily like them admitting, but them kind of going like, all right, maybe like this is like a good way for them to put their brand out there in another like incredibly popular like mobile game, which is pretty cool. So like I don't know how well the G.I. Joe mobile game did, but it seems like they were the strategy was it would blow up and then people would recognize these characters from the game. Kids would recognize these characters from the game, see them on shelves, and then they'd grab them. But in our bubble, kind of having the adverse effect where like older collectors are all like, why do they look like this?
Right. And what does this mean for every other like license that Hasbro has that's also crossed over with Fortnite? Like they could give us Mando, they could give us more Marvel characters, like you said.
True.
Very true.
This kind of Fortnite, not necessarily like art style or art direction, like you said, but definitely like the colorway inspired. That none of this stuff really requires new sculpts per se, but it's a good way again to just get the core characters out there, with new branding to suit this other audience, but similar enough that people who are already in this bubble, like you say, can feel comfortable getting this and like adding it to their collection, either if they missed out or because it's like different enough that it can be you're like, if you already have any of the Snake Eyes, maybe you kept the original Hasbro Pulse one and card and you opened up the one in the Wave. This is another one that you could kind of keep on card, or whatever. It's just another core character. It's perfect.
True.
Good stuff.
All right, so that's that. I did not
like
get
hot news. Like this is like breaking hot off the press and stuff. So there's more Hasbro.
Yeah, I didn't get the official images. I was actually downloading some 3/4 inch stuff that they showed this past week. We could touch on that real quick too. But if you check out X Manny's Instagram, there was some pictures there. They do have a few of the like sort of like goofy Fortnite weapons that is going to be packed in with them, I believe. But the character is pretty streamlined with how the classified Joes look. So definitely another opportunity for you to pick up a Snake Eyes, very similar to the exclusive one from last year. So.
And some of the people in their chat, like Cap Liz and Tyrone Wested, they're bringing up good points that a lot of this stuff was probably kind of in the pipeline already, with the Snake Eyes movie that was supposed to be coming out, I think, last year, and a lot of that stuff got delayed. So
right.
Surprised if all of these new collaborations were kind of pivoting.
True. Very true.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so what else we got from Hasbro?
So this is the 3/4 inch stuff you were talking about, the vintage collection, which of course
I was talking. There was some Marvel stuff actually, but we could go over this too.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, they revealed 3/4 inch vintage figures of. Where you want to go first?
Well, we got
Ahsoka here,
Yeah.
which looks nice. It looks good. Head sculpt looks good. I actually saw a video of Rosario Dawson getting her makeup for the live action show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was on her Instagram. I don't know if you follow her or not, but yeah, this looks good. You know, I don't really mess with the 3/4 inch Star Wars Too Tough. I did get the Razor Crest. I'm gonna have that, but yeah,
That's
I
your
don't think
gateway
I'll be
drug.
going. It is. I don't think I'll be going all in though. I'm good. I'm gonna keep it real light as far as that goes. I'll have Mando and I'll have the child, and that'll pretty much be it for the 3/4 inch.
Mhm.
But yeah, this looks good. It looks very good. I guess this is I don't know. Is this supposed to be modeled after
It looks like
her?
it's from the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, yeah.
Oh, it's from Clone Wars. Okay, all right. So it's not actually modeled after her appearance from the live action Mandalorian. Okay.
Same with this Darth Maul, kind of to coincide with her, is the Mandalore edition.
Okay, so this is Darth Maul with the robotic legs, right?
Yeah, but like the more human-esque robotic legs, not like, he has like all kinds of robotic legs. He had the spider leg, he had like, big, kind of beast legs.
He's got the Batman closet of legs and shit.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, torso really from the waist down.
Yeah, it's from the waist down. Yeah, word.
So that's cool. And these are going to be on the vintage collection, card backs and everything. So cool.
Reveal that, and then
these are the real hot business right here. This is just wacky.
That's wild.
Awful. Wait, is this 3/4 inch or is this Black Series? What's
this
that
is
say?
vintage Black Series.
Oh, no.
I thought.
Yeah. This is
pretty bad.
vintage style, on the retro card, 50th anniversary, the Lucasfilm first 50 years program. And we've got a vintage style Obi-Wan as he appeared in like the original, first 6 or 7 first wave of Kenner Star Wars figures with the vinyl, like the weird brown colorway.
I mean, I guess.
Crazy. I mean, it achieves the look for sure. You can easily take this off and like have no problems and have a crazy Obi-Wan. I think what most people are going to do is just either leave this on card, as is, and add to the rest of your vintage kind of retro card 6-inch Black Series collection. Or
yeah, this is just awful. This is just really bad. But I mean, it's what Star Wars do. Star Wars gonna Star Wars, man. They will put out anything, and Star Wars collectors will eat that shit up. And like you said, this will probably be one that'll be popular just to leave on card, though. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I could see.
But then you got to get a second one because this is the first Alec Guinness Obi-Wan that they've done with the photo reel. So you got to pop that off and put it on your existing like movie one,
Shit, if you could even do that with the way some of these Black Series figures are engineered, but yeah,
true. But
it's all by design.
And even if you do that, it's not 100% accurate because this is like complete white hair, meant to look like the vintage figure. Whereas, a more realistic one, you would have the kind of more detailed hair. So then continuing on with that, we got a Greedo in some crazy colors too. There you go.
Yeesh.
It's been a while since we've had a Greedo.
Greeno.
Greeno. Yeah, for sure.
I could see people just buying this just for like background characters in their cantina shot or in their like whatever outdoor shot. So yeah, it is what it is. I
cool,
think that was it
and
for.
We've had a Greedo, so
it looks like it's 3/4, but I guess it is 6-inch. Okay.
Yeah. And then we got a Jawa, baby, another little, I guess, army builder, but they've done it in the way that the vintage figure was done, where it like had the robe sculpted, that was the sculpt of the figure, but then they went ahead and threw another cloth robe on top of it.
All right, like you need more shit on in the desert.
What is going on here?
What? That is a good question, Poncho. Good question.
Put some long johns on them.
Right.
Right.
I mean, if nothing else, you get some nice soft goods with this. Put it on, another background character, whatever. But we all know on these cards, you're gonna want to leave them just like this. That's
No
the
doubt.
you know. And what's funny is they've already done, a wave one, let's say Obi-Wan of the original figures in, the Black Series style. But this is just a straight up, remake of the figure like they did with a couple of the bounty hunters in like a 2-pack recently. So I mean, it's Star Wars repaints. It's just what they do. It do be like that. There's some other stuff though. Good stuff. We've got a elite squad trooper from the Bad Batch, which is one of the upcoming Disney Plus shows. Basically, just another army builder type of trooper, Cool. I like, right? I mean, it's just the dark trooper. What more do you want? Dang, you people are so hard to please.
That's from an animated show that's upcoming though, right? The Bad Batch is animated, right?
That's right, yeah. And it's a spin-off of
okay.
Clone Wars, or maybe of Rebels.
Yes.
Rebels characters.
Right, where it follows we talked about this, the elite squad of hitters.
Right.
Basically,
I could be wrong. It 100% could be Rebels or Clone Wars. I'm really not sure. But that's cool. These I really like because these were my first Star Wars figures growing up. I don't think I'll be getting these, but just to see these card backs makes me happy.
Sure.
We got this Mace Windu on the nice new photoreal face and a nice cloth robe with him. Got a young Mace Windu, you know what I mean, from episode 1. Cool.
I might pass on that because there's no plastic robe under it.
And then this one is like a long-awaited one because the first Qui-Gon was terrible. My roommate has it, and it's so
The first Qui-Gon was quite bad.
really bad, like just not great. But they've done a better job with Qui-Gon here, and this looks good. This is a much-needed update for sure. Looking pretty solid. And here's another army builder for you, Boog. You know you want this. Battle droids, baby. They're here. We've been waiting for this.
Was this
I
ever?
mean, why aren't they putting these out in like
3-packs?
cases? Like, that's one thing that Star Wars just doesn't seem to like care about is the army builder shit. Like what's going on Hasbro Post that like the teams aren't at the very least doing their capitalistic duty to capitalize on making the most money that they possibly can and saying, hey, look, Legends just put out army builders for $14.99 and that's going really well. They are consistently sold out. So why the hell aren't all of these other brands under Hasbro doing the same exact thing? Lightning Collection could do that with the putties. Star Wars could do that with every other character that they put out. It's a fucking army builder, basically. G.I. Joe can do it with the troopers and stop this exclusive bullshit at retail with the Cobra troopers and the Vipers. Like, what is the deal over there? What are they doing? I don't understand.
Because they know they can get away with it, bud.
The power, Mr. Nice. This is
Mr. Nice.
par for the course, man. This should be what pays for the rest of the line. Having these evergreen army builders could pay for the rest of the line, you know?
That's
Really? Crazy.
There you go.
Man.
I was even surprised by this because this is the first time we've gotten battle droids from 6-inch Black Series. And, I was talking to my roommate and he was setting up the Black Series and I'm like, yo, have they done the battle droids yet? Like, at all? Like, no.
Nah, I feel like they have. They definitely
they
have.
haven't.
They've done
You
droids, right? But not
Right, droids, not the battle droids from episode 1.
Yeah, I tried to buy a droid. It randomly showed up at a Target, at my local Target, like 2-3 weeks ago. And I brought it up, rung up a 0, and I was like, oh man. And then the lady was like, yeah, I can't sell this to you. And I was like, why? She was like, it's not in our system. I was like, tight.
Right.
I mean, like, I hate it when people say this shit to me at work, but I'm like, yo, can I have it? It's like $0. And she's like, no, I can't sell it to you. And I was like, why? She's like, it's not in our system. And I was like, sounds like you don't have it. Like, can I just have this? I mean, it worked with Rick. He said it like 2 years ago or some shit. But she was like, no, I can't sell this to you. And I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, it's here. I'll pay 20. I don't care.
If that's the case, you should have been like, all right, well, I'm gonna just walk out with it. It's
Peace.
not in the system.
You know,
can't sell it. It's not your project, not your product. It's like me finding a umbrella in a store right now.
Okay. I gotta correct myself. This is in fact, and here's, I don't know this because apparently my roommate didn't know this, and so I was misinformed.
Uh-oh.
This would be the third time that they have put out these battle droids.
Yeah, I knew you wasn't right. Come on, man. Number
They've
one
done
Star Wars
basic-
podcast. Thank you.
Yeah. I love learning all this on the fly because now I'll never forget. You know what I mean? Now I'll never ever forget.
Yeah, the Shane
And I
will
knew you was
remind
wrong
you.
on that shit.
But John Tompkins is bringing up a good point. These shouldn't cost $20. This should be a $15
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Come on, make it where people want to buy too.
Now this is easily a great on card item, and it's a great homage to like the original line. But we got to just get it out in a box that we're comfortable throwing away.
Yeah, sure.
Every collector in the 90s did this to us. All that craze when the fucking prequels came out, we bugging out about figures and shit. That's why we're in this situation right now.
And they didn't learn after before that.
I remember buying a Darth Maul and like a couple of different things with this package and the 3/4 inch shit back in the day, because I was like, I'll just hold on to it. I'm sure this will be worth something, and like that shit wasn't worth nothing. And I ended up posting all of that shit eventually, like years later.
No, these were my first Star Wars figures. I had, a good amount of the first wave of figures or whatever. Remember, they came with like the electronic feature where you put their base on like the electronic thing that was like the giant Gillette shaver. You would put them on there, and it was the communicator, and then they would speak phrases from the movie.
Oh, jeez!
Just what a time! What a time!
What a time! So yeah, they put that was there more Star Wars reveals?
Yeah, so there's the battle droid, and then here's the same Jar Jar that we just got.
Hold on, this one doesn't come with that $15 shield.
That's true. This is
shield. Is the facial expression different on this one?
His mouth could be a tad bit ajar, but it's hard to tell.
These are 25 apparently anyway, so yeah, you're right.
Number one pun podcast on
That's
the
internet.
We just know our stuff, and everybody comes here for this.
True. I mean that looks the same, man.
It's the same Jar Jar. It's the same Jar Jar.
I do want this figure at some point. I gotta find him.
Well,
it's
you gotta
nice.
have a Jar Jar, but I mean, honestly, this could be your main Jar Jar, and you can get 2 of the other ones and have those be like regular army builders. Take their vest off and make them generic looking. I don't know.
Shout out.
Certain. Go ahead.
A shout out to the guy who's commenting. The first comment we see on the Instagram page. Oh baby.
Oh baby.
So good.
That's actually Black Series. What the hell's his real name?
Oh god. Oh, Isaiah.
Isaiah. He's one of those premier dudes that Hasbro goes to a lot for their marketing and promotion.
Nice.
With toy photography and shit. Like
it's all coming together.
Find photos at one of the cons one year. I remember.
Yes. So shout out to him. What was I about to say? Oh, I think we talked about this like a few years back about how Jar Jar would be, even though he was like one of the most hated characters in the film, how the figure would probably do numbers and do really well and shit. We talked about this.
I remember that vividly
2 years ago, for sure.
Yeah, I think once the price point is right, then that prediction will come true. Because right now, $30 is very steep for a Jar Jar. Like, geez.
You know what it's gonna take too, though. What's really gonna like kill it? That's why I asked about the head sculpt, though. But if they release some variation that's a little more animated, expression wise, it's over.
Truly,
it's over.
He can be like the butt of every joke. He'll be the new Woody. He'll be everything.
He's the new Woody for sure. Yep.
All right. Cool. That is, I believe that's the end of Black Series.
Nice.
From Hasbro.
Hey, scroll down right there for a second. What's up with that Supreme Cobra Commander? Is that going to be re-released at some point, or what's happening there?
No, this is just another behind the scenes with a toy photographer.
Okay.
And
Very nice.
yeah, I like this Cobra Commander though. This is the one that I would get if I were a GI Joeist. GI Joer.
Yeah, this is it's very
Regal.
it's cool. It's cool. As far as the cape goes. I don't know why they promoting those stands with Cobra Commander though. What the fuck's that about?
Yeah,
You gotta do it somewhere.
What?
Such a weird character to be promoting the Hasbro stands with.
Yeah, they've been doing quite a few of those. Here's another one.
The stands debuted with Black Widow, right? I would say.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. That makes sense. They just throwing the stands in there and like,
yeah, you guys want these?
Whose setup is this?
It's like every time we ship some shit out, and like we just throw something we've just had around the table.
Manny's setup actually. Okay, I see what he did there.
Oh, that's how he did it. He used a stance. He said, "Hey, Hasbro, take a look at this."
I think they're like, hey, listen, we're gonna send you these stands, right? And you have to use them.
You have to use them in some way. I mean, he did it in a smart way though, because he's not, they're not actually showing up in the shot. It's he's using it in a really smart way.
Of course, yeah.
There we go. Before we move on to the next, we got Tim Smith hitting us up with $10. That gotta help him. Gotta help a homie move a couch. Catch y'all on the rerun. Hell yeah.
Catch up on super chats real quick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look for what we're talking
Shout
about.
out to Tim Smith. I'm pretty sure I spoke to Tim on Instagram and the messenger this past week. But yeah, shout out to you. Thank you very much for the donation, bro. Appreciate you.
He also says A.C.B.A. calendar 2022. He's also asking if there might be a calendar for 2022.
You know what? I think we will be back with the calendar for 2022 because I mean, I guess that's when we'll all be back outside again. So
yeah, we were speaking about that early in the A.C.B.A. Discord for sure. We brought Ray Kincaid says, "Thanks y'all, especially Boog for making it cool to be an action figure collector from the hood. I thought I was alone. LOL."
No doubt. Shout out to Ray. I know Ray. Appreciate you, bro.
Very nice. And then
this is the 3/4 inch shit that I was talking about here. But go ahead.
Okay. PJ Customs hit us with some fancy money from across the pond. $4.99 says, "Listening from the UK. Keep doing your thing with the podcast. Peace, PJ." Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. What time is it over there right now? What are they? 8 hours ahead?
Something crazy. Whatever it is, it's inhibiting Day, Simon, all those cats from coming on.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the new 3 3/4 Legend stuff. Interesting.
I think that I feel like Shartimus got to debut Hulk on his channel this past week. I think that's what was going on. It was like some targeted thing that they had going on. So he debuted the Hulk on his channel, and then I guess the rest of these popped up online. I did get the press release for this too, but yeah, I'm good on these. How about you guys?
Yeah, I've recently dived into 3 3/4 Halo stuff, but that's where I'm hoping to draw the line.
Yeah,
maybe I'm lying on myself right now. I've bought a couple of other shit. I've got some Fortnite 3 3/4, and then I've started smoking the devil's lettuce and doing Roblox characters too. Jesus Christ.
We talked about this a couple of years ago too, but the best 3 3/4 inch line out there right now that's still pretty slept on in my opinion is the Acid Rain stuff.
Absolutely.
All that stuff is like really nicely detailed and articulated, and it's just not I don't know, it's just not mainstream premiere shit.
Yeah.
It's not Spider-Man and Deadpool, but it's military-esque, and it's really good.
Yeah, I'm
photographs really well. It's easy for you to have dioramas and stuff. Easier to have dioramas and stuff for 3/4 inch stuff. It's easier to do like small scenes that appear really big. Some good stuff.
I'm constantly looking at Acid Rain and then just subconsciously hiding my wallet, forgetting my PIN number, all sorts of shit like that. So I don't.
For real.
But I've been looking at those for a while. But yeah, I'm passing on these too.
I honestly wouldn't even know where to begin with the acid rain stuff. It's just like because the minute you see one thing that looks cool, it's like all of these add-ons and like big mechs and vehicles and this and like it's kind of overwhelming, really.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I don't even know where to begin.
Well, these are meant to be. I mean, just to give some background, this is actually like the second wave of these. So the whole point is like it's a what if Kenner had done 3 3/4 inch Marvel back in the day. But to me, this is kind of the same as any retro line. Like it's really all for the card bag. It's a little mini 3x5 poster with a figure attached to it. It's, if anything, it's purely like decorative behind the rest of your Marvel Legends collection.
True. Yeah, something to hang up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Instead of having posters, Marvel posters, you would have these or something. I don't know. It's cool. I appreciate the art. I appreciate what they're doing with this, and there's some good scaling and stuff going on. You can see that Hulk is a little bit bigger, and what they actually did is kind of spread these out amongst a bunch of the different toy influencers and had them do the reveal, including our friend Shartimus. So
yeah, we talked about that. You was away. I just said that Shartimus got to reveal the Hulk.
I wasn't away. I was here the whole time. I was just repeating, for emphasis.
Oh, sorry. Your camera was off. I thought you might have stepped away for a second to use the body or something.
I mean, if I fooled you, I definitely fooled the audience.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, no, this is cool. I mean, again, I agree with you guys. I wouldn't get them myself, but I think that they're really dope.
Yeah, for what they are, for sure.
And I'm sure the team internally is having a lot of fun with these, Cool. I think that is actually it for Marvel. This was kind of the Marvel Fan First Friday thing that I think they did this week.
I think they kind of hustling. Just real quick to touch on this real quick, but I don't know, man. They kind of hustling backwards with this. Who's this for? Who's gonna really buy this? Shartimus is not gonna buy this for real. The people that they task with promoting this don't really care about it. They're just linking up with Hasbro and getting to get the shit first and for free and maybe getting a little money off of it or whatever the case may be. But like, who's this for? Why would you put all of this time and energy and bucks into this when you could just cultivate what you had long ago and rebrand it or reimagine it and just put out the 3/4 inch line with highly articulated figures again? Like, what's the point of doing this shit? I don't really.
I mean, you kind of answered your own question. Would you rather that they take away more resources for a 3 3/4 inch line that has more articulation and therefore requires more than that, rather than like, if they are going to give us 3 3/4 inch line, they can put like pretty, not minimal effort. Obviously, everything takes effort, but make it as 3 3/4 inch reaction retro style as possible, because it satisfies the need for that 3 3/4 inch for people who like that or who like retro figures, or and it costs them less in the end. But honestly, to answer your question too, I don't think, like, I wouldn't be surprised if internally there's not a market for collector kids, like kids of collectors, like parents who they're kind of selling this to us, or for you really, Boog, the parent who would have a kid who sees, grows up seeing their dad or their mom or whoever collecting and be like, oh, this is cool. I wish I could have some of my own, but no, these are for, these are mom and dad's toys. But, oh, look, there's these Marvel Legends that, that you can get your kid into and kind of introduce them to the idea of collecting through this. And that's how I feel like maybe they're cultivating that next generation of 6-inch Marvel Legend collector,
All right, so we got the not plugged in remote controller line. Got it.
Yeah, you got it.
I do have the other pictures here if you want to take a look at these out of the package.
Yeah, let me think. Are you sending them in the chat?
I'll put them in the chat.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Take your word for
it. These things look awful.
It's what it is. It's just little, soft sculpts. The Magneto, in particular, I think is probably the most like egregious offender.
This was crazy.
And everybody's tagged in this. Let's see what Dwight Stahl has to say about this. Oh no, he's just posting hints, thinly veiled hints through all this.
There you go.
Posting.
I just put the unpackaged versions in the chat. I didn't bother doing the other things.
Let's take a
All
look.
of those shields. What was that about? You know what? It's funny that he's got all of those shields in there. What they need to do is stop using the small versions of those shields. Only use the MCU sized shields moving forward. That's the right size for Cap. But look at Hulk. He's looking real.
What is
I
this?
don't know. It looks like he's got a.
Pink pants. He's got those hot pink pants, you know.
Yeah. He's looking pretty attractive there. It looks like he's got the filter on. He's
Oh no.
Right.
What
What else? Oh, there she is, Carol Danvers, not Ms. Marvel. Carol Danvers.
This is a weird articulation scheme too. Look, there's a cut at the boot and a cut at the forearm for swivel, and that's it. Up and down on the legs and arms. That's it.
There's no reason for that.
That's wild.
That is very wild.
None of the other ones have that, do they? I guess these do, huh?
I think they all do.
Yeah, they must all.
Rick, my man.
It's Rickolas.
What's the hot take, Rick? What do you think of these?
Rick, you look at this Carol Danvers, you think what?
Silence.
Man, you know, I would be speechless too if I found out that they were taking resources away from 6-inch Marvel Legends to give us this.
I'm trying to plug in the new and improved mic.
Oh my god, this is some shit you should have done before you came on.
God, look at
Oh no,
that.
I wasn't looking at my phone for literally a whole fucking hour, and then I was like, oh god.
Here we go. Welcome, Rick. Where's your mic? Or where's your cam, I should say?
Yeah, that's something
Nothing.
I have to work out with Poncho at some point, I think. I'll explain after I put in this fantastic microphone.
Holy fuck.
All right. Good stuff. We're doing the mic check live, everybody.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll do it live.
No, I did it with my friend the other day on Discord, and it worked fine.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
All right.
Okay.
Are we
Let's
done? This is the topic that never ends. This
Honestly,
week.
Marvel Legends, freezing through bullet points. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Human Torch, translucent plastic, even less articulation than all the other ones for some reason. Completely inconsistent across the line. Magneto, no details. Where is the rest of his crotch piece? What the heck is going on with his eyes? What are these lines here? Any thoughts, Poncho?
This looks wild. Like, somebody mentioned in chat that these are for pop collectors. That's probably the closest we're gonna get to the truth. Like, to be quite honest, these are for like, mom and dad, and like your normie brothers and sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, that just want some representation at like their desk or at their office or whatnot.
Again, the best part about these is the card art. It's the only reason I
True.
would buy these. Keep them on card. Cool. All right, so some in-hand images of the House of X line real quick.
Let's go.
Showing off the size difference between some of the different characters. Here's Marvel Girl. And,
Well, hold on. A little bit of
Whoa.
backstory here. Did we? I don't think we touched on that. No, because this happened during the week. But the House of X line showed up in Canada. We didn't talk about that last week, right? This happened this past week.
Here in Canada.
Holy shit, Rick.
So, so
Rick sounds like this. Rick is like right up in here.
He's so close.
I'm
So
not
the,
close. It's
Alright.
just that good.
Okay.
where are you? Why you not on your good mic? What's going on?
I am on the good mic.
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good.
Okay.
Oh, okay, you was just mad close to the mic. Gotcha.
No, I think
Yo,
the
real
like
quick, Timothy Perez has nailed it. This is for grandparents who are like, oh, well, you'll like Marvel Legends, right? Here you go.
Basically, buying the exact wrong thing that you did not want.
the exact wrong thing.
Then it's then it's Marge Simpson holding him up. She's like, I just think they're neat.
Basically,
Yeah, Cerrone Games Go said that
crump with
Magneto. I'll crump with you, sweetie pie. Cerrone Games Go just said Magneto is a Pet Boys exclusive. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Oh no.
Yeah, these are like impulse buy on like the end cap at CVS.
True.
I mean, is that
But
who's gonna have that?
so this. What you say?
I said, who's gonna have that impulse? I don't.
Grandma and Grandpa.
It has to be. Oh, Grandma Junebug.
Well, here you go. All right. Cool.
Thank
So,
God.
Yeah,
backstory.
this past week, the House of X, Powers of X, whatever, Tri-Sentinel Build-A-Figure Wave, that line showed up in Canada in a Walmart somewhere, I believe. So maybe there was only one. I don't know. I saw one picture of the wave on the pegs. They probably put it out early by accident, whatever the case may be. And then I saw one picture of the set in hand. I would assume that it was the same person that took the pic of the picture of the figures on the pegs. I don't think that it was a situation where there was like several cases that got out. It seems like it might have just been one. And there are some reviews or a review of the characters. I guess this is from the review. I'm not watching the shit, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah.
But shout out to Josh Cheney because he had just sent me these pictures before we went live, and it looks like they have put the two females in this wave on the smaller, like teenage bucks that they've had, or not really teenage, but just very small bucks, which doesn't make much sense for Jean Grey here. I don't know. Maybe I don't know because
Be like the young Marvel girl before she's just Jean Grey.
I mean, yes and no. It's weird because when they bring the people back in this storyline, kind of spoiler alert, I guess, I don't know, but when they bring people back utilizing the method that they have to bring people back, it's not like they're supposed to be their younger selves though. Like I don't know. But yeah, I guess if you wanted to use this as a young Jean Grey as Marvel Girl, then yeah, it works. But I feel like for that storyline, she should be the regular size that these other two ladies here are on the left, including herself on the left right there, and Rogue here on the right. So weird choice of the body. I don't know why that is. I don't know. Hasbro always just seems to just do some wild shit sometimes that just doesn't make sense with picking the proper buck for certain characters and shit. Like, nah, bro. Like, y'all read comics, or you claim you do. Like, how could you mess this up?
I mean, our friend Dan Yoon is in the chat sometimes. Maybe he can answer this question. And honestly, maybe even comic readers can let us know. Like, it's supposed to be like because I know what you're talking about. Like, this is a past version of Jean Grey. This is supposed to be like Marvel Girl plucked out of time, and brought into the present. But when she's plucked out of time, like, she ages into the present, or is she the age that she is at the point where they pulled her out of time? That's some weird shit. It's comics. Comics are, from what I understand, pretty weird.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's two things that's two things that I don't like about this figure already. The first we saw a month or so ago when we realized that the painted on boots on the legs, how those looked, and it looks like that's how it's going to actually be in the final product. So that looks awful. And then she's on the small side here, so I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe we would be able to, I don't know, pop this head on some other body. I don't know.
Send a head.
But it doesn't. It bothers me more for Jean than it does for Moira. So I think you got a shot at that too.
Yeah, here's Moira. I don't know about her. I mean, I thought she was a full adult woman. She could just be on the small side.
She could just be a short lady. I don't know if that's the deal. I don't know what her height is actually supposed to be, but there's nothing wrong with just being a short grown up. That's fine. I'm not sure what her height really is supposed to be though.
Yeah, Boog wants to let everybody know that there's nothing wrong with you being a short grown up.
This is the #1 short grown up podcast on the internet. Sure.
Basically.
As a short grown up myself, I could tell you he treated me with absolute respect when I met him.
He bent down, got on, basically got down to my level and talked to me like we were on the same scale.
Oh, this
Got
is
down
To be fair, Boog's tall as hell. He does that for most people.
the elevator to the basement.
Josh Cheney. Shout out to Josh Cheney. He just hit me up too. He says she's got high boots on! Exclamation point. True. Jean is an adult in House of X, Powers of X. Okay, makes sense. Right. So yeah, Jean is definitely on the small side. This, like I said, this bothers me more than Moira. But yeah, Moira has on high heels and she's still short as fuck too. So
Right.
yes, she's an adult. She's just wearing her old costume, confirmed by Josh Cheney right now. So yeah, that's what I thought it was as well. Everybody was coming back as an adult. You know, they got a fresh start, but they were just putting on some classic outfits in certain instances. So yeah. Oh man. So yeah, real short. I don't know what happened here. That's too bad. But this wave is not slated to release until March or April, I believe. However, I think I may have a line on the set within the next week or two. So if I get it, then obviously I'll put up the reviews as soon as I can. But yeah, there is one out there somewhere. I'm not sure who the person is. They were promoted by other sites and stuff like that, but I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
All right, that's I believe the end of our little Hasbro and our first segment. Really, and it's gone
Thank
on
God.
forever.
Oh my
The
God.
screenshots are from Astonishing News and Reviews review. Astonishing News and Reviews. Okay.
News and reviews, 3 3/4 inch retro style Marvel figures. That is the end of it. Cool. What's next?
Cool. Can we talk about literally anything else? Thank you. Let's go to.
Any supercast to catch up on here, or I'm on NECA here. We can just move into NECA too.
Sure. Why not?
Cool stuff to show, right? Hey, we're all having a good time, right?
We kept on talking about 3 3/4 for an eternity. I couldn't believe how long we talked about it. Especially, nobody gives a fuck. It was crazy.
I mean,
This
to be
is
fair,
for
we
all you 3 3/4 boys out there.
give Mr. Mcfarlane
All
a bit
two
of
of
time
you.
as well, and
That's
there's that.
That's true.
Yep.
So we
That's
can
for
get
Ty Star and Ty Star's friend.
Oh, jeez.
3 3/4 inch.
I got speaking of NECA real quick, I did pick up this. This is the first time I ever saw this in a store. It's the little Ace Ventura little guy.
That's dope.
I think it's pretty
Wow,
cool.
good looking Ace Ventura. Huh?
I know, it's quite nice. So
Yeah, because
I'm
the
stoked.
cloth one looks like garbage.
It does, and like mine has like shit all over his face and stuff, and man, real bummer.
It's
Your,
how does the cartoon face look more like Jim and when it's supposed to look real?
Basically.
You know what? That's what I
Yes.
love about this podcast. Rick always asking the hard questions.
All right, let's move on. Let's go.
NECA. You're gonna love this. More toony stuff. Just a couple of quick reveals that they hit us with this past week. We got the Grady twins done.
Oh,
in shiny.
maybe it's because you're not in NECA. Maybe it's because you're not in NECA, but that's already out. Like people have it already. Walmart exclusive first, and then it's gonna be out other stores later on down the line.
Yeah,
but
it's
this is old news.
March, so people just have it in hand early. It seems like.
Walmart's
No, that releasing in March thing is for all other retailers. It released in Walmart early.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. And then the Grady twins.
Sorry, I had to flex on you. You abandoned NECA, and I had to do you dirty. It's okay.
I mean, I'm reading information as it comes to me. So imagine
They're liars.
and with new information,
They're lying.
behavior. All right. So of course there was a couple more announcements in like the Predator realm from the Predator. They showed this off at Toy Fair last year, but I guess it's finally coming. It's the unarmored Assassin Predator. They had to repaint it. They had to give it to you again. Just a giant deluxe Predator. Pretty cool. But the new announcements, hot off the presses, we got audition version Ultimate Marty McFly.
Oh, that was cool.
He's got, I think, he doesn't have the vest anymore, so that's cool. You just get like a straight up Canadian tuxedo Marty McFly. Pretty cool. And then he starts disappearing. Look at that. He's got a translucent hand for when he.
That's pretty tight.
You know.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
Save the clock tower.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Here is the box for that. Battle of the Bands auditions. It is an ultimate, so you get all kinds of cool accessories and deluxe packaging. Really dope. But the most interesting piece of NECA news this week was, I think, this, which actually Rick.
There we go. There he is.
There he is, dude. It's Boris Machine. Frankenstein's monster from Universal.
It's Frankenstein's monster.
It's not the first time they did Frankenstein, right? No, right?
I think it is. I think this is the first time they've done Universal Monsters.
Yes,
Diamond Select had it, forever ago. And I remember, like, in the final days of Toys R Us, it was like some of the last things that were there on the shelves from Diamond Select. So I don't know.
You know what makes me think. You know what makes me think it is that Mego does those clothed versions, and it it reminds you of the NECA cloth line and whatever, and the vintage cloth line.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the Mego ones are good because they're almost like the Funko Pop of retro lines because they're all done in that particular style, like very straight up retro, not the most highly detailed stuff. So when you have the 7-inch or the 8-inch NECA line, it's a lot more detailed. So I'm wondering if they're starting with what looks like an ultimate just to kind of test the market in general, because we know that a retro one would kill no matter what.
Real quick, my Ace Ventura broke.
What?
No. Show it off.
Let's see it. Oh, the head, dude.
No.
What are the odds? What are the odds?
Everybody, let's get an F in the chat for Poncho real quick.
And when you rewind this and people watch this back, you'll see me struggling with this in silence and then face palming for about 10 seconds straight after it happened.
Poncho, I'm so sorry.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I mean, I love to see you, but I hate to see it.
Hey, well, what are you gonna do?
Damn, Poncho, you son of a gun.
Oh man!
I say we file a formal letter of complaint, man.
God.
Where's the manager?
That's end of podcast, right? We're done.
Yeah, right. F in the chat, please. Yeah, everybody's doing F's in the chat. So no head. There we go. Basically. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Let's go.
That's all there really is to say. I mean, what a way to end the NECA segment.
So before we move on to the next, we had a donation in between from a longtime viewer, Sonic Rock Band X. I know a couple of us remember this name. He's circulated and shown, he's shown love to like everybody. He said, "Been with you guys since episode 1 or 2 of this podcast. Glad you guys still continue this and continue love of toys and collecting. Hell yeah, man! What a guy."
Facts.
Not only are we continuing because of incredible people like you, me and Boog have these beautiful mics that make us sound like we're about to record a cover on YouTube with a ukulele.
Oh yeah,
no doubt.
Up to my covers channel, man.
Yeah. I got one on the way too. I mean, everybody's getting all kinds of upgrades here, thanks to our wonderful audience, our loyal day ones like Sonic Rockman X.
Yeah, thanks to viewers like
what a
you.
Beautiful human being that was.
We got to do that PBS.
Honestly, yeah. We need to rip off their graphics wherever possible. All right. So that's NECA real quick. Thank you once again for the donation.
No, that's actually a good shirt idea too.
There it is.
So we can get into a little Super 7 action.
Let's
if we
do
can
it.
Go back to the top of the list. We're jumping all over the place, but
Yeah, well, what's new?
we're having a good time. So I want to rewind everyone back to last week where we broke down this image right here. And we tried to guess all the, the fun licenses that were being announced here. We got a few of them. We got most of them. We got Star Trek. We got Power Rangers. We got Silverhawks. We got Godzilla. We got Thundercats. The one we missed, though, and we should feel foolish now because it was so obvious. There's Run the Jewels. Super 7's coming out with Run the Jewels.
Holy fuck! Are you serious?
You missed Run the Jewels? It's a very obvious one.
I did.
mean,
I
look
Can we just like skip over it or what?
it's this pink one right
It's
here.
very obvious.
look at
Did you
Rick.
get?
Damn, who
Yeah,
I totally
it was very
forgot.
obvious.
Well,
who told me
Yeah,
that?
we must have just forgotten it.
where were you last week,
I
Rick?
was
Huh?
here. I was,
Where? Oh,
I guess it just kind of slipped my mind because it's the. But I don't know. It must have just slipped our mind because I was talking to David about this or somebody on Plastic and Paint, like when they first showed this image.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just slipped my mind. I don't know what to tell you. This is a blunder. That's for damn sure.
All right. Well, I mean, we have
Somebody
conversations
told me
now.
that. Somebody told me that Killer Mike was a collector this past week, or somebody posted it. I don't know. I saw that somewhere. I don't know
Mhm.
where. But yeah, what does that mean? They're gonna be action figures of the rap duo?
I would imagine. I mean,
I can
Super
only
7,
hope.
of course, they have a lot of different lines. You know, they got the Ultimates, but they also have the Reaction. And Reaction, you know, the kind of Kenner style 3/4 inch line.
hmm
They have a lot of music licenses. Everything from like, you know,
That's true.
Slayer and Judas Priest and Danzig and Misfits and all kinds of stuff. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if they just do, you know, stuff in the Reaction line for them. In fact, I just watched Unparalleled Universe's video where he went to the Super 7 store, I think in San Francisco, and you know they had all the Reaction figures on the wall, and you know, on the card art alone, same kind of thing with like those Marvel ones. Like the card art is dope, and it just seems like you're getting a little figure attached to it. So you know they had me on their website after that because they do have some pretty dope licenses, and I would.
Yeah, they have a ODB one where it looks like his EBT card. It has the famous cover and whatnot. They have the toy of that.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Poor
I
thing.
actually saw that in Forbidden Planet a couple weeks ago. I didn't realize that was Super 7 though. I started to get it for a friend of mine, like a childhood friend who
Ooh.
was like a big ODB fan or whatever. I didn't even realize it was Super 7. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, all those Reaction figures are from Super 7, and you know, to go along with that, of course, they're doing Sarface, which is another kind of like, you know, comic inspired rapper in the vein of MF Doom, which is dope. I mean, everybody seems like they want an MF Doom to go with it, so that's cool,
Please, for the love of God.
right? That'd be dope. And then they're also doing Run DMC, so that's dope. So Run Games Go is getting his wish.
They're Adidas.
I don't know if there'll be, you know, Ultimates or anything like that. I mean, I think there's definitely room. There's probably kind of a hunger for it, really, like more hip hop inspired, like super articulated action figures, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Whoever can pull that off, whoever can get those licenses and do it with, you know, soft goods and, you know, different shit like that, I think they can really have some success on their hands.
Your beloved company did, and they haven't done it since, and people have been begging them to do it, Fabio.
Sure, dude. I would love to see it.
That biggie that they made goes for so much money, it's unreal.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Come on, Mezco. What's going on?
Hopefully they do that with Run DMC. And here's what I'm talking about. In terms of Ultimates, they do some stuff that works, you know, from bands and musical artists. So like they teased this, and I kind of showed this in the last podcast, but then they finally revealed it. This is Papa Emeritus the First from the band Ghost. Has anyone ever heard of this band?
Not at all.
I'm afraid of ghosts.
Well, I ain't Ghost. This figure right here. So basically, this is they're like a heavy metal band where their whole motif is that they're kind of like a clergy of the devil, you know. So all their concerts, ritual sermons, you know. It's not a concert,
as you do.
And the story, in the story of the concert, Cardinal something or other turns into Papa Emeritus, and there's like all these different versions of him, but this is the first. And I think this figure is going to come with like different outfits and stuff. But this is easy for them to pull off because it's literally just like, you know, this Conan figure that we talked about last week, where it's, you know, it's the Snake Priest here. I actually have it pulled up here. It's the Snake Priest from Conan, but it's just the classic Super 7, you know, Ultimates body with some cloth robes on top.
Nice.
Super easy, right? And then of course they just got to put new heads on it. So that's that. the other really, really big reveal, actually kind of huge, the Thunder Tank from
Let's go.
Thundercats Classics. Yeah, kind of huge. Kind of the biggest deal in the collecting sphere this week, mostly because
Literally huge.
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
and you might say that there's some controversy on the price, because what we got here is a 27-inch long, 17-inch wide Thunder Tank. Carries 6 Thundercats Ultimates figures, which are like 7-inch scale, basically.
Yeesh.
For $450.
Holy fuck.
$450.
450.
So, what are we looking at right here? Is this supposed to be the finished product here?
No, I think this is the prototype still. It's to scale, but it's the
Just
Thunder.
making sure.
It's the Thunder Tank, from Thundercat.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, the last time we had a Thunder Tank was way back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm. And I believe they showed them side by side. I don't see the pictures here. They might be on Twitter or something. Oh, it might be Brian Flynn that had.
While you look that up, Xander hit us with $5. He has a hot take of his own. Maybe not necessarily hot. He says, Super 7 sells figures for $50, and now they want to sell a tank for $500 with no add-ons. By the way, their figures take forever to drop. Drop that heat, Xander. Let them know.
Let us know, dude, because honestly, it's a lot to ask for, especially because Thundercats historically is like nowhere near as successful as Masters, nowhere near as successful as like a lot of those other retro lines, But because the product is so like few and far between, and it's really just been like the final days of Mattel and Super 7 now that's been doing like decently scaled and consistent Thundercats figures. This is a crowning achievement to go with it. So, I mean, this is made for those people. This isn't for like casual, like, oh, I've been thinking about maybe getting a Thundercats figure or two. This is just like, we're making like, if there's 100 Thundercats collectors out there, all 100 of you better get this. for the 100 of you. I'm sure it's more than that, but you know what I mean. But Boog, here's what you were asking about. This is the original one compared to the new one.
Okay, that's just like one piece of it.
To wait, hold on. What am I seeing here? The original one is in the back there, right?
Yeah, and no, it's just resting on top of it.
I'm confused with what I'm seeing here. I don't even know what I'm seeing.
Well, they're not on top of each other. They're just next to each other.
No, I think they're on top of each other.
That's a table.
Oh no, this is just the leg.
Yeah, that's the leg.
This part right here.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Okay, got it. So the new one is huge. Got it.
This is this right here.
Yeah.
So into scale, this whole thing would be like boom right here.
Shout out to whoever that is that had the original tank to pull out and do that comparison.
Sure.
Who in the Super 7 office have that shit?
This is Brian Flynn, who's the
Does anyone
designer.
Does anyone have that response from the Super 7 team? That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's this one right here. If we could just read this. This is from Brian Flynn. He says, it's been an interesting reveal. He wants to help explain about making toys like this. Vehicles are a thankless proposition, or should we say tankless?
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
I'm about to end the damn stream.
All right, guys, that's it. Let's call it off.
Well,
We've been here 10 minutes. That's enough.
Well worth it, though. Well worth it.
Okay, well, Brian continues, please. He says, there's a reason you see very few vehicles ever made for line of figures. The amount of work and extra tooling that goes into a vehicle, all the supports and turning mechanisms, interior, exterior parts are immense. There is 2 to 3 times the engineering on a vehicle versus a playset. Vehicles are generally speaking incredibly difficult and expensive to make, and much fewer people buy them because of the space they take up. Hasbro made a Razor Crest scaled to 3.75 inch, and it was $350. This is scaled to a 7-inch figure, and it's $450. They sold 28,000 Razor Crests, and if they get past 10% of that number, I will be stoked. Think about how many Star Wars collectors versus how many Thundercats collectors. Much smaller group by a large margin.
True.
Thunder Tank, it's big, it's awesome, and unfortunately, it's expensive. You can fit more than LJ and Thunder and this one.
His reasoning there is pretty sound, though. That was well laid out. I'm with him there as far as his reasoning for the price. But yeah, I'm not. Listen, man, I'm a '80s baby, but you know, and I grew up on Thundercats, and I like Thundercats, but like I'm not that into the property where I would go ahead and get the Thunder Tank. Because if you get the Thunder Tank, you got to get all of the main the main Thundercats crew. You know, so
Yeah.
it's like yeah, I don't know. I'm not that.
I mean, ideally, like you said, you're not really a Thundercats guy, but this isn't meant for people who, think it was just cool but don't even have the figures. Like, this isn't meant to be an introductory piece. This is literally for the people who have like been like, yo, there's a Thundercats line. We gotta buy it all up because there's the only way we're gonna continue to have this line is if we just like support it. And then Mattel
I mean,
like failed them, and now Super 7's kind of picking up from there. And like, this is kind of a one and done deal, like this. You have to support this if you're,
But are they?
The reality is this isn't for a casual toy collector.
Is this going to be a crowd funded or a Kickstarter type deal?
I don't think so. I think this is going to be a full pre-order type of deal.
Okay.
Let's see. I mean, that's the Thunder Tank. Expected delivery Q1 2022. Pre-order will be open from February 2nd to April 2nd. So you have a month to decide whether you want this thing or not.
Oh, okay.
50 plus shipping. So yeah, $500. It's
I'm sure.
But if you are trying to build a Thundercats collection, I mean, now's the time. The Super 7 line has been giving us like pretty good character selection, and also like correcting mistakes that they made with the line along the way. And like they've just released the booster pack for like the stuff that was mispainted in the original wave. They're definitely behind this line. So yeah, if you're a Thundercats fan, you got to support this. It's just the way to do.
What you think? Let's take some bets. How many orders you think they're going to get?
I mean, I don't know if they'll reveal the numbers like that, but I mean, he says the Razor Crest got what, 28,000, and if he can get 10% of that, so 2,800, he would be stoked. I mean, yeah. Actually, that's not even 10%. It would be 280. Would be 10%, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. 2,800.
Okay, all right. That's gonna be my guess right there. If they get 2,800,
It just depends what they'll do. If they do like a Kickstarter or something like that, that could definitely have an effect on how much they do versus just like a straight up open pre-order.
it just says pre-order. So
Okay, good. That's good then.
I hope so. I hope this does well for them because I mean, the industry needs to see that people do want to back, vehicles and playsets and more deluxe things for lines that, care to invest in character selection and in, enough to give the line some longevity.
True.
I'm pretty sure they're going to put the numbers out. I'm pretty sure they will tell you how well they did if it does really well. But if it's shit and they don't sell a lot, then they might not put the numbers out. But
True,
I think we'll know. We'll find out.
So some more licenses announced from Super 7. Godzilla, the king of the monsters.
Now we know who NECA lost it to.
Exactly. NECA, earlier this year lost the Godzilla license. All the stuff that's like on shelves now and anything, that's currently hitting is the last of the NECA stuff for Godzilla.
When we say lost the license, what does that mean really?
That they purchased the license for a certain amount of time, and then once that time is elapsed, they didn't renew it.
Okay, so it wasn't like they were being penalized for doing anything or they did anything wrong. They just amicably ended the license, right?
The same thing happened. They do that all the time. NECA did that with Pacific Rim. They had the Pacific Rim license for years, even after the first movie had come out, and then they lost it right before the second movie and didn't do figures for that because they didn't feel like renewing Pacific Rim, and I think Diamond picked it up from there. So it seems like Super 7 is picking up Godzilla. and no news as to like what the character selection will be or anything. But it could be anything from Ultimates to reaction figures.
Sure.
And if it's licensed by Toho is very restrictive of character selection. So more than likely, it'll just be a bunch of versions of Godzilla, like what NECA did. But I mean, if Super 7 is, got more money to sling around than NECA, and I don't know if they do or not, they could potentially negotiate for other characters too. But even so, they can give you reactions of every version of Godzilla in black and white, and clear translucent burning, and all kinds of stuff. So either way.
Real quick before we start talking about Godzilla, Xander popped back in with $2 to say, pre-order the tank is a pre-order with a payment plan will not drop will not drop in 2021. He also says this tank will not be dropping in 2021. Look what happened with their Motu Castle, Grayskull, and Snake Mountain. True, very true stuff to consider.
Right.
Brought out the receipts.
I mean,
What was
those are great sets.
What was the price on the Snake Mountain?
Like 600 or something.
Eesh.
And that shit was massive, but even that wasn't really to scale, really. Like, it was, it fits nicely, but like,
yeah, it's not to scale, but it might even be like too big to scale in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the Snake Mountain that they released will probably look really cool with like a 3/4 inch Masters figure or some shit, like, But
it definitely works better with you're probably thinking of like the retro style Origins line. That's like I think the Walmart one with like it's the retro.
No, I'm not really thinking about shit because I don't really know about that. But yeah.
No, well, they're doing the Origins line, which is like a more articulated retro scale line. So I think they do work better with that. But even so, it's just a crazy.
Yeah, that Snake Mountain is nuts, though. You almost gotta like take that shit outside to shoot it.
Oh yeah, for sure. So another license announced. They're doing some Star Trek reaction figures. This looks like Next Generation to me. So looks like we're doing some 3/4 inch reaction Star Trek Next Generation. We got some Borg. We got a couple of Picards. It looks like here. So very cool, very cool. And then this was another thing that we had guessed. Power Rangers.
Do I see Whoopi Goldberg's character there too in the silhouette?
Whoopi, are we talking Sister Act? What's going on?
Maybe. You might be right, dude. It wasn't that series. I forgot. Okay, so Power Rangers is coming. They announced the character selection too, but I forgot what it is. I know it's weird. It's like a Megazord, a Ranger, a Putty, and something else.
Oh, brother.
Super weird. And I'm not sure what the motif is going to be, whether it's going to be like kind of chunky retro style Ultimates or like, more realistic looking stuff. And then of course we guess Silverhawks as well. No figures, but here's a bunch of different merchandise that they're using with the license. And then finally, Transformers Ultimates, the first wave revealed. This is like Transformers from the cartoon Ultimate.
Yeah, I saw these. They look.
They're 7-inch tall. These are huge.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big like G1 Transformers head, so.
Me neither.
My opinion practically means nothing in this segment.
I just can't. You know what? I just can't understand why they would give the license to them to do this when they have a line that literally does the exact same thing at Hasbro at a lesser price, and there's still a wave 2 that hasn't even come out. And no offense, but this is just so stupid on so many levels. Because now, why would I buy the Hasbro line when this one, just be keeping it real, it's better than Hasbro's, and why? I just don't see them continuing that line when this company is doing it, and we haven't even gotten any word on Wave 2, even though it was announced like so long ago. So
yeah,
I don't know. It makes me wonder if Hasbro's line is dead now, because why would you give somebody the license to make a competing line like that?
Right.
We've had the word of the Wave 2 that they promised, and it sucks because Wave 2 sounded so cool. They were gonna do RC from the old Transformers Prime cartoon. So it was actually going to be really cool. They pulled a Toddy Mac, and they were going to release like animated versions in between releasing like regular versions. Yeah. Sorry for the rant. Just fuck you, Hasbro.
No, I mean,
makes sense.
we're looking for some hot takes on this stuff. I mean, the chat
There you
seems
go.
pretty split. I mean, Cerrone Games Go is sticking with red. Chamba says that these look bad. They look. I mean,
Yeah, they don't look great. You're right. They don't look great.
I mean, these are what Transformers are to the Filmation line for Masters of the Universe. It's just straight up the color palette, the proportions, the art design, everything. From the heads and everything, straight up from the cartoon. Whereas the red line is, I feel like an interpretation of those characters in this line, and the red line apparently has really bad scaling because there's a Bumblebee that is just not to scale at all with the Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm desperately looking for that Cheetor in the red line right now.
Yeah, see, that's a character that works in the red line, but I don't know.
I wish you would have told me. I'd seen it not that long ago, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to buy this.
Oh, God damn you, Rick.
I just didn't want to get into the line. Now I know. Now I know. I understand people not liking Transformers toys that don't transform because it's literally in its name. It's kind of like what the hell, man?
Sure.
But don't think I'm hating this line or what Hasbro did just because they don't transform. Sorry, David Walton, but that's just not my bag. I don't mind when Transformers don't transform as long as they're well articulated and they look good.
Mm-hmm.
But these just don't look well enough for me to buy this line, and Hasbro's line was cheap and it's not even going forward, and they allowed somebody to do the exact same thing basically. It's so weird. This is odd.
I just think it's I feel you, and it makes sense what you're saying, but it also makes sense for Super 7 to have this line because that's right up their alley. It's just 80s shit, you know what I'm saying? It
is up their alley. I'll give them that, more so than Hasbro. I just think it's so weird. It's like SHF giving somebody the license to do SH figure arts and them doing it at the exact same time as they are. Like,
am I seeing a human figure there? What's his name?
Yeah.
What's
Spike?
Wait. Spike, yeah.
Is the wheelchair good? I want him.
Oh, and apparently these are based on specific episodes too. So this Optimus Prime comes with a basketball hoop and a surfboard.
Never mind. I have to buy it. That's so cool. Oh, quickly how the turns have tabled.
Oh God!
Is he gonna be
how the turn tables?
Is he gonna be doing a pickup game with Bill Murray?
Oh man!
And this Starscream is a ghost
deep
of
cut.
Deep
like
cut.
All right, so that I believe is the end of Super 7. I know that the pre-order for the Good Brothers is ending on the 8th, so get your pre-orders in for the Good Brothers. We all love the Good Brothers from Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, of course.
Let's go.
Recently reformed the Bullet Club. Rick, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
All right.
Just two.
Moving into, should we? I don't know. Should we take a trip to Mr. Mcfarlane? See what he's up to?
Howdy, boy.
We might as well.
Yeah. Okay. Good idea, Ponch. Thanks for that.
Let's go. What's the Todd father up to?
I guess before we move on from Super 7 completely,
oh brother,
I didn't want to show you
Because
I knew I had this pulled up, but here he is.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Look at this accessory, Optimus. You got the surfboard, you got the basketball, you got the spike.
You got the surfboard.
I mean, what's not to love? Set for pre-order right now, $220.
I just want to see these things.
Wait a minute. The basketball scales with Optimus?
Optimus?
Yeah. With Optimus, not with Spike.
$200. Holy fuck.
He bounces the ball on Spike by accident,
Yeah.
smashes him.
Spike, no.
What is this weird thing right here?
I think it's pretty safe to say this whole thing's weird.
It's just like, okay, cool. You get a version of a main character with it's somewhat weird but like cool accessories overall, right? And then you get another pretty main character but in a weird translucent glittery variant. Okay.
It's a common thing to do with Starscream though, so
Yeah, for sure.
You,
Okay,
if you're a Transformers collector, it's common to have that version of that.
and then you get 2 randos. Like, who are these core characters? Like, are these army builders? I'm not
No,
I'm not a
I mean,
Transformer.
they're not particular. You could have picked way better than this if you wanted to like army build or something like that. They're not good choices. They're not good
They
choices.
look like they go well together, but I'm not sure, how well it relates to the rest of this. And that's kind of the thing with a lot of these lines, and Red too, is like they don't really give you, a character spread that is cohesive to itself. It's like,
I wish we could see these things articulated because they look like they're gonna move like garbage, just like Hasbro's line.
yeah, I mean,
They look like they're not gonna move well.
look at you can see the cuts on here. I mean, these are going to be single jointed elbows and knees probably, no matter what.
We're talking Mr. McTodd type cuts, huh?
All right, cool, really dope. We can now move on to see what Senor Mcfarlane is up to. We know him, we love him. The reviews and all the early impressions of this guy are out. It is the Bat Cycle with Dark Knight's Metal Batman. From what I've seen, I guess he can somehow fit on the bike, but only to look like this.
Yeah, I have that bike.
So not to actually ride it.
Basically, a lot of figures in that scale fit. I did like a bunch of Mcfarlane figures on one of my streams just to see who would fit on it.
Uh-huh.
A bunch of people fit on it for sure. Like, of course, like that not homegrown, but like all the Batman figures pretty much fit great on it. I even put some Doom figures on there, look great. Shockingly, the 1000 Toys Hellboy looks really great on it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you can honestly fudge it with a lot of people. And then those what do you call it? The Storm Collectibles skeletons look great on it too. So it's worth its weight in gold. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've seen everybody but this Batman on this motorcycle over the past week.
I've seen Nosferatu.
Batman.
Yeah, the Nosferatu's the move.
That's what I'm putting it on for sure. But okay, so that's what and then of course we've seen some of these other repaints, the White Knight Red edition.
What's the price on the bike? Wait, is the bike? It's a separately sold item, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's what, $25 or something, Poncho?
Yes, 25 or 35. I want to say. Okay. I can look that up right now.
Not sure. All right, but of course we got the Mr. McFarlane camera segment
From the swivel chair.
I swear he films these all at the same time, but then releases them in different days, right? Because he's wearing the same hat and the same shirt from last time him last week.
You gotta look at the haircut to really crack the code.
I guess, yeah. Let's see how that bald spot goes in. But of course, he's got a hot, spicy wave of figures to show off, and he's got him sitting in his lap, and he is so excited to show us what those figures are. Here is one of them. It is Joker Nightwing.
I said this earlier this week. This guy looks like every Filipino cousin I've ever had in my life. Like the way his face looks is like, it's just, I don't know, man. But like,
it looks like your emo friend who plays the Joker for Halloween.
Yeah, he looks like all my
cousins. Hair, he just does the makeup.
Yeah,
it's just him with Joker makeup.
All of my cousins doing a Joker impression. Do you want to know how I got these scars?
Ancho, do you want to see a magic trick?
All right.
Bat Cycle is $25.
Oh, that's actually a good deal. Like I said, we compliment Todd when we can. That's a good job.
Yeah, of course. Now that bike is a must-have for sure.
That's a great deal.
For sure. And then what's cool here is and speaking of giving him credit where it's due, this Jon Stewart looks great.
Let's have lipstick on.
Okay.
The proportions look good. The accessories look good. I love what he did with the the design on the suit. He's got some more like greeblies, some more little kind of designing on there to not make it just like a flat black.
Mm-hmm.
Face looks good. This looks like a good figure.
Those lips are nuts, though. What's going on there?
Lips are crazy.
the lips are a little nuts, maybe a little dark.
Let's
Looks
talk
like
about lips, baby.
Looks like he's been eating some raspberry lollipops or
Jon
something.
Stewart has been smoking a lot of fucking weed over there.
Right?
Space weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Crazy shit.
But, I mean, good. And he's got these construct pieces that are actually like soft, removable overlays, which I think is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Obviously, I'm just gonna get this and put those overlays on my Mezco, but the idea,
of course.
The idea is good.
I think this might be a contender for one of the best McFarlane figures for sure. I mean, it's rare that he gives us like a standard kind of looking character, so
Yeah.
worth it.
I like the head sculpt. I like the head sculpt. The lips are a little crazy, but yeah, these this sort of unique way to present the weaponry or show his power is really cool, and I can definitely see people utilizing this stuff with other Green Lantern figures.
Yeah,
like the Mezco figures for sure. Yeah, that's cool.
And it doesn't look like these are part of any Build-A-Figure wave. These are just straight up single releases.
Yeah.
But what's the main construct? It's just the gun. Come on, man. Come on. You got to give my man some more.
It's like a
official
gun, a backpack, and then the armor overlay.
It's so funny how this character is based on one's imagination, and like there's absolutely no imagination to the
I want a full like Hot Wheels track that comes out of his ring and gently guides a run on the road. You know what I mean?
I want like a boxing glove or like I don't know, man. This sucks.
A giant fist, you know, something.
Yeah, man.
He could have definitely been a little more innovative with the constructs there, but E for effort as far as trying goes for that. I'm with him there. Somebody hit me up this past week. I forgot who it was, but if you are in the chat or you hear this later, remind me who you were. But they was like, this Jon Stewart actually looks like God damn it, what's homeboy's name? The black dude from Marvel that we want. Blue Marvel. Idris Elba.
Blue Marvel. Oh, yeah.
I was about to say, I mean, he's a character that we don't want him to be.
But you know, yeah, if he had the white hair on the sides, this would be a good kind of Blue Marvel too. But
I mean, look at the lineup on him, dude. Who's Jon Stewart's barber, man? Come on.
Yeah. Space barbers, baby. Space weed, space barbers.
Yeah.
Yo, Mr. William, real quick in the chat. I'm surprised Todd didn't give John some green knives.
Not the green knives.
Oh man, that would have been hilarious.
The same exact knives that we got with Batman and Spawn.
Exactly, that would have been hilarious.
And was it Denzel's son you were thinking of, John David, or who were you thinking of?
Who? What? Huh?
You said Marvel character, character, a guy who's not in Marvel right now that you wanted.
Blue Marvel.
Not a real person.
And then Cuckoo in the chat. I would love a giant, of course, as a concept, of course. And that's what I'm talking about with Jon Stewart and some of these like Green Lantern constructs. We need like a giant rubber fist.
So what wave is this guy supposed to be part of? Is it part of some Build-A-Figure wave, or he's just a standalone dude?
Looks like just a standalone, yeah. And then to continue that,
you know what?
Wave, it seems.
You know what's funny? We said that last time about freaking Batman Beyond, and then a couple weeks later he comes with a whole new thing. Watch there be a whole new packaging, and like next week.
Mad knives, whole bunch of shit.
Right. And then here is his last figure revealed from, I guess, this wave. It is a Bizarro Superman. You know, Bizarro.
All right.
This one doesn't look bad.
So just a straight up Bizarro.
Yeah, I can see myself getting this.
It looks to share a lot of parts with the infected Superman, maybe.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But you know, the different backward ass and like the Frankenstein face, as he calls it. I
thought you said backwards ass.
Yeah,
that's what I thought you said.
Backward ass Superman is what we got here.
I was like, I know Bizarro is a mirror image of Superman, but you're taking it a little too far, Fabio.
You caught me. All right. This is cool though. I mean, this is another really good addition to the line, and again, another just kind of like it is from, you know, a specific comic, but it's a standard enough look, which is not something we get out of McFarlane too often.
True. This Bizarro went to a barber too. Look at that. Look at this on the sides. I just want it high and tight, please. Thanks. Let's
Right?
go.
Who's doing the lineups over there at McFarlane Toys, man? I mean, they got these barber sculpts down.
Yeah, him and Wonder Woman share the same. He got in the chair after her, basically.
I like your cut, G.
I like your cut, G. Exactly.
Yeah, that Bizarro
Yeah,
looks good.
with McFarlane himself.
And the best part about Bizarro is that because he's supposed to be bigger, this Bizarro can go into any line you have for DC. Like if you're still obsessed with your icons or you're still obsessed with your essentials, like it'll work just fine because he's supposed to be big anyway.
Right. And he's ugly.
Oh, he's ugly. He's ugly.
Cape, so all yeah, I mean, cool, dope stuff. I mean, it's fine. I believe that is it for Mr. McFarlane, though. I mean, not really a lot to roast him on. I know people love it when we come on here and really roast Mr. McFarlane for all he's worth. But
Hey, man, if he does something that is commendable, then we will commend him. So
That's it.
this the Bizarro in particular looks really good, and I do like what he did with Jon Stewart here. So
Yeah.
not bad. I don't know. I just can't really. Me personally, I just don't like the 7-inch scale stuff, man. I don't know. But again, a lot of this stuff is photographing really nicely, and I am enjoying a lot of the pictures and stuff I'm seeing with McFarlane products. So, so
He is
kudos for that,
pumping them out, dude. Like he's just pumping them out. Like there's
yeah.
reveals every week. I mean, it's nuts.
I mean, from a social media standpoint and just remaining in the public eye, even if like 40% of the time people are roasting him and laughing and shit like that, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing, though. Like he's actually, as an older dude, adapting to this kind of new age of social media shit properly. So I give him credit for that.
Yeah, he loves social media, and you could tell.
Yeah.
Honestly, his social media game is up there with like O.J. Simpson.
What?
Like, squeeze me?
This was meant to be a compliment because O.J. Simpson's social
I
media.
know. I've seen him make his videos. I just didn't know we were promoting a murder.
Whoa, Rick! We don't talk about the L.A. thing, okay? Like we don't.
I know, I get it. If the glove does not fit, you must have quit. I get it.
I mean, it's because every time McFarlane comes on here, it's like, hey, everybody, talk McFarlane. Like, obviously, this is not McFarlane.
That's it's so funny that you said that because that's literally what OJ says. Hey guys, OJ here.
Right? He's like, hey, Twitter world, it's OJ. Like,
hey, it's the juice.
We are subscribed to this page, sir.
What's going on? It's the juice.
Yeah, like, I mean. The only thing more dubious about that is sorting all of OJ's tweets by hidden replies. Go check that out and see what you think. Anyway, we don't have to get into that. We can get into a little bit of Mezco news, right? I think that's in for
Let's go.
Let's get into the Mezcos. Not a lot in terms of secret drops or anything like that. It was basically just a pre-order announcement and then a drop the next day at a somewhat weird time, like maybe an hour and a half before usual drop times. But we knew about this back in
it was a very weird time. It was 10:30 in the morning Eastern time, which means that it was 7 a.m.
right
on the West Coast and shit. That's a very strange time to put up a pre-order.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that or what the deal was with that, but like you got to give people a chance. You got to do this shit the right way, man.
Well, this is
Mr. Mezco had bills to pay. Sprint is not playing. Basically.
And this was to that point, it's kind of an open pre-order. Like it hasn't really sold out or waitlisted or anything yet. I think it's just going to be kept open for the time being. And they usually do that with some of the DC stuff besides Batman. Yeah. But it was weird. I think they're just trying to give anxiety to all the people who have 950 alarms just in case, at least 950 my time, knowing the usual drop times for secret drops and everything. But what was cool about this Constantine what was interesting about it is that the pre-order images were actually different than what we saw in the original solicitation.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that for sure.
Yeah. So back when this was first revealed at MezcoCon, I think over the summer, they had this picture right here, but he had a gun and he had a cigarette in his hand instead of the tarot card. And then this image comes out and everyone's like, whoa, What happened?
I think the original images is in our group chat.
Yeah, I guess I'll pull that up real quick.
Just gotta scroll up a little bit, but
yeah, you talked about this a little bit, right?
yeah, it seems that the consensus has been for the way this guy looks, the final image looks, is that people like it. I've heard some people say that they don't really like the head sculpt, though, that it doesn't really look like Constantine from the comic books, I guess. But I mean, Mezco likes to take their own sort of liberties with a lot of these characters. So,
Right.
Obviously, for me, like, I don't give a fuck about Constantine. I just want opportunity to maybe do like another detective to add to Gordon's crew or something, or just anybody else. It doesn't matter. I will obviously take some pics of him as is as Constantine or whatever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if this is the Gomez buck, which I doubt, or at the very least whatever they utilize for Two-Face, which was a little different. It seemed like in the upper torso.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's up with that. Also, I want to see what's going on with the shirt, if it's tucked or how that looks with the belt, and like I just want to see how clean the tailoring is. This doesn't look like it's the Gordon jacket, though, is it?
No, it looks a little bit different.
It's a little different, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, this would be great for Gordon because you can make, his the weird like corrupt partner guy. What's his name again? Bullock. You can make Bullock.
Yeah, Harvey Bullock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the creators of Batman really like the name Harvey, apparently.
So what was the little like press release that they put out, or the tweet that they put out? Fabio, don't you have that too?
Yeah, I got that. So basically, everyone was looking at the original image and seeing the new image, and they're like, "Yo, what happened to the gun?" And then Mezco came out with this statement, and they said, "To hell with guns and smokes, you say. We've been requested to omit these items from our current marketing photos, but if there's anyone who can go to hell and get them, it's Constantine. You'll have to have faith in Mezco on this one." So basically what they're saying is we can't show them in these photos, but the gun and the cigarettes are coming. I wouldn't be surprised if it's, a little add-on pack on the side, kind of like the extra heads for Gomez of Death or something.
Are we to assume that the chainsaw is not going to be included and we will have the gun instead, or that everything's going to be included?
I think it's all included, yeah, because the chainsaw is here in the photo too.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah. My biggest gripe with this figure is just like the gripe I've always had with Mezco. Their head sculpts are just so soft, and like I know that once it comes out, it's going to be even softer. Like it's just. I don't know. I think they really need a like. I hope like that somebody at Mezco watches this podcast or listens to us in any way. Like I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but y'all got to step it up on those head sculpts. They're way too soft. Everybody looks like people love to give Hasbro a hard time about all the head sculpts look the same. Nobody. All of Mezco's head sculpts look the same. That looks like Wolverine, and Wolverine looks like Magneto, and Magneto come on, man. You guys got to do better than this.
Yeah, especially for a premium brand. If people want to this as the 6-inch Hot Toys, then come on.
Yeah,
Hot Toys.
These comic characters,
the best fucking likeness to people that you've ever seen on a toy.
These comic characters across different companies look exactly the same. Like I swear to God, you pull up a picture of Wolverine in that like screaming face, it looks like his face. Like it's just come on, guys. At $100+, we got to do better.
I'll show it during the pickups, but I just got the Two-Face here, and the sculpt is there for sure. I just feel like it's the plastic that they're using for these faces, for the skin tones. They're using that clear, translucent kind of skin tone plastic, and it's almost a little too clear where it's washing out the details. It seems like they almost need to use a more opaque plastic and just kind of brush the details on. I think they want to stick to only doing flesh tone, but I think they need to scale that back and then just do a little bit of like paint layering on top to bring out the details. But anyway, that's Constantine. He's got a lot of accessories. So even though the gun and and the cigarette might have been omitted. I mean, you're getting a lighter, and you're getting a lighter that's open with a flame effects. And from what I hear, I don't know if they listed it here or what, but I think the flame is supposed to light up.
Oh wow.
The lighter is supposed to light up, like the one with the flame on it. I could be wrong. I know I read. I think it might have been the Discord that I saw that. But yeah,
Where would they put the battery? These are the questions. Whoa.
All the effects and a crucifix and flame effects and hands with tarot cards affixed to them and everything. It's a deluxe figure, and that's like kind of a loaded thing to say because okay, it's deluxe and it's $100, but Harley Quinn, the classic one was deluxe, and it was $90 or $95 or something. I think 90. And this Two-Face was a regular, non-deluxe, and it was $100. So I'm not, this whole deluxe deal with Mezco, it's pretty hit or miss in terms of how many accessories you could get. But I think with this Constantine, they did a pretty good job. $100 with all this stuff still open for pre-order. Releases in August to October 2021. So I mean, if they can get it out to us this year, that'd be dope. But more than likely, this will be hitting like December to January of 2022. Anyone else pre-order this? Anyone else interested in this at all? Ponch?
I'm gonna pre-order it, even with all the shit I said. So I haven't yet, but I will.
Yeah, I did pre-order this. I'm like I said, I'm interested in just having some sort of detective dude, and also all of these ungloved hands are gonna be cool to swap with other characters and stuff too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We get a lot of gloved hands, especially with the Gomez characters and stuff like that. So some different sculpts on the hands is greatly needed. So yeah, we'll see if we'll be able to if they do some funky crap and the pegs are not the same or whatever. But we'll see what happens.
Be the worst.
All right, I believe that's it. Yeah, just the press release on that. And that's about it for Mezco. What else we got?
Let's see. The last thing we can talk about is third party. Rick, take it away, buddy.
Rick, we got some third
God.
party.
Which one are we talking about first? Oh, the Republican Jesus.
I guess we can talk about him real quick. Just 'cause
I don't know. We don't have that many 1/6 collectors. Wish we did, because 1/6 does some amazing things. I'd love to talk about it, but I just don't think we have the audience to take up the time. This is an incredible name. Take a bow, whoever the hell is making this.
Not only is it not the worst of all the third-party Homelanders we've seen so far, but it has the best name.
The Republican. Wow. Way to be, third party. Way to be.
Right? Yeah. So this is from a company called Toys Works. Not really much more information other than that.
Is this the same company that did the Colossus and like all those third-party Marvel things? Or?
That's a good question.
You mean the Steel?
The Steel. Never forget the Steel.
I don't know if it is. It could be Toys Works.
I wanted that Colossus too. Actually, I really thought about getting it to pair.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna buy it.
I was, but I don't know why I never pulled the trigger.
Wow, you heard it here first, people. He does not own the Steel.
True.
But are you gonna own the Republican? What do you think?
No, I'm good. I'm good on this.
No.
Yeah, I think most people are good on this. However, the other third-party stuff you wanted to talk about. This isn't actually third-party though. This is like actually
no. This is officially licensed. I actually don't know why we put this in the third-party section.
Oh, no.
Although we did call this third-party in the beginning. We were unaware that this Tatsumaki company, which I believe Tatsumaki means tornado, this company is officially licensed. Yeah, this is crazy. This looks good. Those shoulders look a little weird,
Yeah.
but it looks good. You can order it through their website. It's $70. You know, that's rough. I think me and Pancho were talking about it in one of our some group chat we're in, and that price is a little heavy. But I mean, at the end of the day, I guess because it's officially licensed, it makes sense, and I don't mind. Like if this was a third party company, if they were charging $70, I would have said no.
Look at all those cuts. You show that to Todd, he would pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh my god! The sculpt. How big is it? What is it worth? Is it $20?
He's in the pose from the show, you know.
Yeah, they showed him in the iconic pose. I wish we could see more of the torso movement.
Yeah. That's what's concerning.
I don't know.
Me.
I'm gonna get it just because I want to support. It's just like if this fails, we're never gonna get anything Yu Yu Hakusho from anyone that isn't third party. Like if this fails, it's never gonna happen again.
It's rough.
So that's honestly the real reason why I'm backing this. Not only because I think it looks okay, and I'm curious, but because at the end of the day, they don't give a hell what the comments say. They don't care what you guys say on a Facebook group or in a Twitter comment section. If you're not buying the products officially licensed, then why would anybody want to make it? I mean, I get it. It's not SHF, which was what most of us would have preferred. But man, I'm gonna give it a shot. It looks like it might be a little wonky, but
what else have they produced?
I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I think this might be the first. I don't want to be wrong. Like if they made anything else, I don't know. Maybe it would be something that like I'm not familiar with, like Saint Seiya or something like that, or something random. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they've made. This might be their first. I've never heard of them before. That's why I thought they were a third party. I mean, yeah.
Interesting.
This looks all right. So anybody that was wanting Yu Yu Hakusho figures, I'm just letting you know, if you don't buy this, you're pretty much not going to get one from any other company that isn't illegally made in China. So.
Dawson threw their hat in the ring for Yu Yu Hakusho, did they not? It was on that spreadsheet, right? Or that?
Yeah, they said they were going to do it, and if I'm being honest with you, I thought that they would do it before anyone else.
That's what I thought too. Oh
yeah,
well,
it's just such an obvious choice. Yeah, looking on Tatsumaki's website, they mostly do statues.
Mm-hmm.
So this looks like it's just they don't have it on their website, so I'm just going off their website. This looks like this is going to be their first action figure run. They have the rights for Black Clover and for Hunter x Hunter.
Hey, what the fuck, Hunter x Hunter? They have the rights for that? Oh, statues. Okay.
Yeah, they got a statue of Killua. They also have the license for Tsubasa, oddly enough, which is going to come up pretty soon here in this topic. They have the license for Tsubasa. That's also like oh wow, this is interesting. They have like different tiered statues. That Killua versus the Yopi statue is $740, but the Tsubasa and the Black Clover statue are $80. They look more like they're like Kotobukiya style statues, so smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is interesting. I hope anybody who loves Yu Yu Hakusho gives this a try. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm hesitant, just like everybody else, but I'm gonna give it a try because the only language that all these companies speak is money.
Yep,
money.
There was another there was a third party. Yeah, this guy right here. This is the Tsubasa. Hell yeah. Which
player?
Well, yeah, that is so sick. Come on, Dawson.
It's a very very iconic soccer or football anime.
Honestly, just an iconic sports anime in
true.
General.
Very
Where
true.
are his shoulder pads?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, like this looks great. I just wonder how big it is, man, because like these are kids, dude.
Yeah, Dawson is so. I mean, we definitely talked about this in a group chat, Ponchos. That Dawson is so strange with their scaling. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense sometimes. It's like every single figure that they make is only meant with like thought for that specific figure and nothing else.
True. Yeah, they wild out for sure. Whenever it comes to like wacky scale and whatnot, but I mean the soft goods look good on this. Like the sculpts look pretty solid.
Yeah, that looks so well fitted.
So there's hope. There's hope yet.
Yeah. I wonder how they're gonna do the soccer ball. I would love it if like one of the feet had like a piece of metal and the soccer ball had like a
Yeah.
magnet in it. That would be sick. Or vice versa. You know, one of them have or like two magnets, whatever way you want to do it. That would be sick. I don't know how they're gonna do it, obviously, but yeah.
That'd be the dream.
Yeah, we're living the dream.
I would almost hope that they would include like a soccer ball sculpted the way like in an oval, like how they always have it in the anime, where like they're kicking into like and stuff. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be so sick too. I mean, and it sucks because it's not pictured. That's why I said like I hope that there's like a way, like there's a magnet of some sort, something innovative to like make it work, because it kind of sucks that you're basically only going to have him either running with the ball or doing like a low kick. Like you're not going to have like a dramatic not going to have a dramatic pose you're going to be able to do with the ball if it's not like magnetized in some way or anything like that. This still looks good though, and I'm, you know, even with all of that, I'm still going to buy it. I'm still going to support, because I want more things like this made. They showed us that huge picture with all those animes they want to do figures for. So I just want this. I want this company to keep going. They're so strange. I'm sure Pancho can attest that like there'll be radio silence from them for months, and then at random they'll release a figure you've never seen before.
True.
Yeah, this company's so odd the way that they work.
Very true. Yeah, Punker Mike is in the chat saying that if this does good, they'll do the whole squad. Let's go.
Oh,
Squad
for you.
I don't know if he's talking about that or if he's talking about this too.
I would think Yu Yu Hakusho, because Punker Mike is a huge fan.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, it's okay. It was a little bit. It was a little back. So yeah, he is talking about Yu Yu. Okay, tight.
Yeah, hell yeah. I was actually going to talk about Punker Mike because him and Michael Wisman have also been following this project. Shout out to Michael Wisman and Punker Mike. Have been following that Tatsumaki project since they teased it and whatnot. So I know they're down to clown. You know, down with the sickness.
Are they down with the clown, bro? So they're
yeah.
dead in the ground?
They got the Fagos ready, baby.
Hell yeah, dude.
The Juggalo free cast.
From what I'm hearing, you know, he's not a phony. You can definitely be sure about that with Punker Mike. He is not a phony, because
a big phony.
He will bust in your house and bust in your macaroni.
Oh no.
I mean, this is all Punker Mike. I mean, I'm just saying. But anyway, we can move on, right? I mean, I wanted to get one thing into the miscellaneous segment, but I think we're all done with third party, right?
Yeah. Before I forget, let's talk SHF Godzilla and Kong figures.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. How could we forget? That was actually
Can't we forget?
Really sick.
While you pull those up, I want to let everybody know that Brandon and I were literally counting Brandosaurus Rex. Big shout out to Brandosaurus Rex. A friend of the show has been on whenever we talk SHF Monster Arts.
Big Daddy Brandon.
We were counting down the minutes and seconds for I think like noon last Sunday when the trailer dropped for this. And as soon as it was over, we got on a voice chat and we were just like, we got our tin hats on. We were throwing out theories left and right, rewatching the trailer frame by frame, and we successfully predicted every single thing that like, you know, hundreds of YouTubers made videos about like 6 hours later. So big shout out to the two brains known as Poncheezy and Brandy. Brandy? Yeah. Brandon? Hell yeah. So what do you guys think? What's the consensus on these? From well, Rick, do you do Monster Arts or no?
No. It's too many lines, but it's sick as fuck.
Yeah. What do you think, Fabio?
I mean, I like them. I think that they look really good. I don't know that I'll get them myself, but I mean, there's no doubt that SH Monster Arts is like the most consistent, like, you know, kaiju giant monster line.
True. Yeah, these look really good.
I actually pre-ordered these.
Hell yeah, Boog. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
I think that if you're going to get any, Godzilla and King Kong, these would probably be it.
I love
when I saw the King Kong just kind of standing in like a vanilla stance and just looked at the scope and everything, I was like, this is really nice. And it doesn't make any sense to just get the Kong and not get the Godzilla or whatever. So So yeah, I went ahead and pulled the trigger on both. But
There you go.
I ordered. I think I ordered Godzilla through the import company, and then and I think Kong was sold out, so I had to get that through Big Bad Toy Store. But it wasn't too much of a difference for these. So
No, thankfully not.
Yo, and Kong with the Godzilla scale axe, like, come on, this
There we
is
go.
sick.
Yeah. That's
I
pretty
love how
sick.
everybody's making the memes of like, how is this regular giant gorilla gonna beat Godzilla? And then it's like axe.
Axe.
Give Harambe the tools.
Give Harambe the tools.
One of them is literally a giant nuclear lizard. The other is a monkey.
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 I got a couple of Kongs actually. I think I got like
Oh, you're Kong?
I got like 4. Because I think that there's going to be a flashback sequence where there's like they're going to be flashing back to the war between like, you know, Kong's species versus Godzilla's. And I think like Mad Kong's just going to gang up and just like basically jump Godzilla in to the gang. So I just want to be prepared.
I do think
What this movie's supposed to be taking place during what timeline of all of these other movies? Like, fill me in on that.
It's after the latest movie, King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, I just rewatched. I actually watched for the first time Kong Skull Island. I thought it was very good.
Kong Skull Island is great.
It's stupid, but I had a really good time watching it, and I thought it was.
Yeah. It's one of those like sleeper, like at home movies where you just turn on some shit and you're like, oh, I actually kind of enjoyed that, but like maybe you wouldn't have enjoyed it as much if you had to go out to the theater and go through all of that, you know? So
it's just Apocalypse Now with a giant monkey.
Exactly. you got Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson, and like literally every time the two of them are on screen together, it's just like romance music. So everything is like, it's so, you know, it's not a great movie by any means, but I thought it was really fun. I had a great time watching it.
It's fun for sure.
So basically, that's the first one in the series book. Is you watch Kong Skull Island, and then you watch Godzilla 2016, and then you watch Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then Godzilla versus Kong is what's next.
True.
Got it. Okay. All right. Makes sense. But yeah, looks like we are 3 out of 4 on ordering these. Oh, 2 out of 4. Only me and Pancho, right?
Oof. You guys got to jump in.
No. I just collect too many things, you know. I got to draw the line somewhere.
Nah, Rick.
Yeah, and I'm not crazy for property like that either, so it's all good. I recognize that these are fantastic.
I'm just
really good looking.
I'm just interested in maybe some some scaling things and doing some things with, small dudes that's actually supposed to be really huge. So I'm interested in just exploring that. That's not something that I do a lot. There's the guys that are like known for their kaiju pictures, like Grandosaurus and who else in the group? Figure Mania and Patrick Home Dios and all of those dudes that do a lot of those like little big scaled displays. So just kind of want to step out my own comfort zone a little bit and test the waters with this stuff. So thought that'd be cool.
Very true. Yeah, I think you'll have a lot of fun shooting this scale for sure. Getting out of your comfort zone, like you said, and just messing with a new scale is very refreshing. Because I know I did a Godzilla shot for October, not last year, but the year before, and like that was like my favorite thing. That was like my favorite setup, probably the entire event. I really enjoyed it.
And all else fails, you could still just use Kong as a regular gorilla.
That's true.
Memes incoming.
That's it.
And this might be your best recourse for getting like a consistent Kong versus Godzilla, because a lot of the other Kongs out there are kind of like that unlicensed Kong. Not that it's unlicensed because it's not King Kong, but King Kong it falls under it's called public domain. So because the property has existed for over 100 years, you can like just kind of get King Kong as a property without licensing. But it's usually a generic kind of King Kong. Like Mezco gave us King Kong Skull Island, and then NECA just came out with a King Kong too, but they're not like necessarily from a King Kong movie. They're just from the general property of King Kong.
Very true.
Interesting stuff. God, like we get into licensing a lot in this show. It's too much. It's the worst part of all this.
Yeah, we truly do, but I think I think it's important for a lot of people to really understand how that kind of stuff works, because it really
Right.
quells a lot of the bigger questions in the community, like why don't they do this, why don't they do that. And like I know, like as soon as I learned all that stuff and I was kind of like folded into how that worked, I was like, oh, okay, well that does make sense. All right, tight.
All right, we can get into some kind of miscellaneous news now, right?
Yeah, what did you want to talk about? You wanted to bring something up, right?
Yeah, I just need to backtrack real quick
Oh no.
because not to Hasbro, I swear. Just to backtrack a little bit back to Mezco. If you missed out on the original release of the Gold Skull Ninjas because it was like a secret drop,
Hmm.
they put up, back then they had put up an additional kind of second wave pre-order, and those are starting to ship and charge this week. So if you ordered on the second wave of these Gold Skull Ninjas, make sure you got money in your account, and those will be shipping, I think, next week. So more Gold Skull Ninjas about to be on the market. It's going to be very easy for me to get a third one, hopefully.
Very nice.
All right.
And then moving on to this last little bit of miscellaneous news. You guys remember Mythic Legions?
Oh yeah, tight.
know?
I didn't want to talk about
Okay.
this.
So yeah, Mythic Legions, which
I do remember those guys.
of action figures fame, Mythic Legions, right?
Yep.
So they actually have a whole other new Kickstarter that has been going on under our noses for the last 30 days almost, and it's fully funded. And
Hell yeah.
it is a new like tactics game, like it is a video game.
You love to see it.
Called Mythic Legions Tactics, War of the Ether Blade.
Nice.
And it is fully funded, and it has 2 days to go.
Good.
So it's good to go. Like if you want to back this and just get in on it, it's ready. And the main benefit, I don't know if there's a lot of tactics gamers here in our audience, but Mythic Legions is of course originally a toy property. So it's really cool that they're expanding into like the video game realm and like expanding the license and all that stuff. And the benefit to everybody who backs this is you get exclusive access to a new wave of Mythic Legions figures.
Oh, it's a whole wave.
It seems like it. Yeah, these are all like new kind of colorways of figures.
So let me get this straight. They are introducing a Mythic Legions video game.
Yeah, but you should reset your mic real quick.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, though, Boog, they've expanded the license and like they're moving the world into like the the video game realm, and it's a tactics game, so it's all turn-based kind of combat and customization type of stuff. It's interesting. I mean, I'm not 100% into this kind of game, but I'm wondering how well it'll fare in this genre.
Yeah, you would think that. I mean, this genre does make sense. Like classic turn-based, harks back to like tabletop gaming and stuff, which like isn't obviously this whole line is a nod to tabletop gaming and like and well, maybe not so much tabletop gaming. When you think of tabletop gaming, you think of like mystical stuff like this and like high fantasy and whatnot. So it definitely makes sense for sure.
Yeah. And it makes sense for the a lot of these digital designs for the figures, which are sculpted digitally anyway. It's probably pretty easy to translate them into these 3D renders.
True, very true.
And I believe a lot of these are actually real figures. These are current Mythic Legions figures.
Yeah, I recognize the lady up top.
Yep.
Are you old? What are you talking?
That's kind of so that brings us into kind of the wave. That's kind of what we get. But what were you saying with your mic?
Oh no, you're muted, I think.
Oh.
Press your button.
Oh. Still muted. Still.
Boog, or who's muted?
Oh, it's Boog, yeah.
Mr. Nice.
Oh, now we don't.
Oh, he's just talking away, huh?
Yeah. All right, but anyway, just to
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out, yeah. And so what we get here is exclusive access to this new wave of Mythic Legions figures. Here we go. We
Mhm.
have, and this is what's kind of crazy about it is that you back the Kickstarter, right, for the game, but then you add on the figures. So it's not like your support of the game gets you free figures. You have to like
Yes.
buy the figures in addition to it that you need. No, still nothing, Boog. But you do get what's cool about it is these are all Legion builders too. So
Oh, okay, nice.
these are Legion builder packs, and you get, for example, with the orc, you get 4 orc heads, 7 orc weapons, 2 torsos, 6 armor accessories, 1 orc shield, and more. So a lot of these are like multiple, bodies and heads, either to add on to your existing Legion or to just kind of make a new Legion from there on. Let's see. As far as add-ons, we get a lot of like digital kind of stuff as well, like art books, stuff that you would get with regular like
Kickstarters and stuff.
collector's editions of games and Kickstarters, yeah. And then continuing to add from there, you would add the figure packs as well. So you would get, you can pick 3 or 4 or whatever it is that you need. And this is, again, fully funded. So if you're a Mythic Legions fan, I mean, there's no reason not to get in on this. You support the line, you support the brand even more, and you get some new exclusive figures. But you got to be about this brand. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's a lot to ask to throw money in for the privilege to buy an exclusive wave of figures. That is quite the ask, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I mean, and as someone who looks at campaigns and be like, well, I mean, it's not worth anything unless you go on like a full in pack.
Mm-hmm.
And the full in pack is $2,160.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And
Come on, man.
This is for the Mythic Legions collectors who are about to buy 12 of each deluxe Legion builder set.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
And honestly, that could be worth it.
There you are, crystal clear.
And honestly, on that point, this could be worth it if you buy and support this pack. You could probably make back this money just selling the Legion builder sets.
True. Very true.
If you're someone who owns a store or is a toy retailer, not a scalper necessarily, but a toy retailer, this could be an interesting hustle to kind of have exclusive access to these packs to then resell to Mythic Legions collectors who would like otherwise be deterred by, like you said, this huge barrier, which is having to support the whole game and everything on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I was going to ask before was, didn't we see some type of drop this evening though on Big Bad Toy Store? What were those figures? Were they associated with this game?
Where are they? Let me see.
Let's take a look. We're doing it live.
It's on the front. It's on the front page.
Yeah, these are it. These are exactly it. So this is the set of the 4, just one of each of the 4 army builders.
So what's the paywall behind the Kickstarter then?
Well, obviously these are on Big Bad, so they're more expensive. I think these end up being, let's see.
Yeah, the ones at Kickstarter are like $50. These are $74.
Yeah, basically.
Yes.
But that's like
they want almost $300 for the 4-pack, basically.
yes.
Yeah, $300 for the 4-pack, and it would be like closer to $200 in the Kickstarter. But in the Kickstarter, you also have to buy the game.
Yeah. But do you get access to buy the figures with the lowest tier, or is it like, what's the lowest tier possible that you have access to buy the figures?
Lowest tier.
Hey, scroll back to that the promo images down. I think that's Trevor's art.
Oh yeah. Oh, these down here. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yep, 1/6.
Wow,
So
doing big things.
The reward. Let's see. So you get for $54. Oh, okay. No, here we go. $30. You get just the game. Right?
Okay.
And it's PC or iOS or Android.
Oh, whoa, what's going on? Oh my God, no. I mean, I get it, but I get why it's on mobile, but no. God.
$54 or for $50, you get just the game digital deluxe edition, right, with all the other stuff.
Yeah, so it's not there.
So I guess you don't have to back the game to get the army builder, because one of the tiers here is just $54, one deluxe builder set of your choice.
Okay.
Maybe they're just doing this on all fronts, basically, and making it seem like, more ideal for different type of nerds. Like, obviously, this is more ideal for the gamer person, but they are trying to entice the gamer person into being a figure person and vice versa. Maybe that's just really what it is. I don't know.
So what do? You just put in like however many pledges for 54 you want, I guess. It makes sense.
I assume so. So like, for example, here, like if you want one of each plus the game, it's $266.
That makes sense. That adds up.
But it's also, any 4 of your choice. So the 4 Legion builders, you can get one of each of the 4 different ones. You can get 4 of the same, or 2 and 2, whatever you want. And that's in addition to like the deluxe digital edition of the game with like all the DLC and digital maps and all this stuff.
I'm totally cool on the game, but I surely respect and appreciate the ambition here, and them just kind of like, this makes perfect sense for Mythic Legions, really. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty genius for them to have some game around this shit.
Classic toy line. This is a toy line that was like a toy first, and then they're like, all right, we need some like, more marketing, whether it's toys or whether it's a video game or, cartoons or whatever it is. Comics, all that stuff is like tie-in marketing, sell the toys. So it's just the classic kind of toy business model, I guess. But I mean, this is the first time we've seen something of this ambition for sure.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll put the figure, if like on the Kickstarter, are they waiting until the game is finished to ship your figures, or are they just gonna put the figures out first? Or I wonder what's going on with that.
Yeah, I was wondering that too, if there was some incentive to you getting one of these things first with the going through the Kickstarter or whatever. I don't know. Well, obviously you're not going to get if you do anything through Big Bad Toy Store, you're going to be last regardless. So yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
But like, is it a situation where like they fulfill, like, because like usually with Kickstarters and stuff, like your shit ships once the game is finished. Like no matter, like, especially with collector's editions, like, like the factory can put out like the art books and stuff like that, like way ahead of time that the game gets finished, especially with like delays and stuff. So like, could this be a situation where the game is inevitably delayed, but then they're just sitting on stock of Mythic Legion figures, and then like, is the Kickstarter locked behind having the game finish first, and then BBTS gets their shit first before the people who back the Kickstarter? That's an interesting.
I don't know.
Wow, that's really. This is such a maze of questions.
Well, I mean, listen. But the answer is right here. The game is supposed to come out October 2022. The figures ship March 2022.
There we go. Okay, that makes sense.
All right. Well, this is developing regardless. We'll monitor this. Obviously, we weren't up on it because it's the Kickstarter's like 2 more days for the shit. But,
it's fully funded. All of this is to say, if you just want this, like, you can just basically just go buy this without worrying.
Just get right in on it right now. Yeah, you don't got to be biting your nails to figure out whether or not it's going to get done. Listen, there has been nothing that the Four Horsemen wanted to get done that they haven't gotten done in the past like 10 years or some shit. So pretty much all of their shit always gets funded. So it is what it is as far as that's concerned. So moving on, I guess we could talk pickups real quick and then we could get up out of here.
Sure. Let's go.
Sounds good.
Beautiful.
Rick, what you got this past week?
I got the NECA Ghostface.
Hell yeah.
So that was good. Gotta love that. I'm doing it in Fabio's spirit.
Oh, thanks.
Hey man, you know me. I'm always looking out for number one, and that's you, baby cakes. I also got that Storm and Thunderbird 2-pack for $9.99. What a steely McDeely!
Holy cow!
Yeah, everybody go check your Targets if they still have them. $9.99 is the price right now, so definitely go look for that. I bought one of those trash can robots that Poncho has. My Targets do not have those 2-packs at any sort of cheap price. They're $25 here.
What?
Yeah, man. They're not cheap here. I don't know what's up. I bought a single pack of the robots, and man, it's annoying. There's no instructions on how to build this little bastard, and there's a bunch of like little pieces. So I'm just like, how are you figuring out building these guys, Poncho?
I mean, there are definitely instructions that come in those guys. I think you're just getting fucked over.
Damn, yeah, man. There's no instructions in there. What the hell?
It's on the back of what the character. It's like on the illustration of what the character looks like.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not. There's blank on the back of it. I'm gonna send you pictures when we're done with this. It sucks because I actually got a really cool character. He's like a wizard.
Oh shit, yeah. You know, it's just piecemeal the whole thing, man. Like it's you just do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing that, but it's just like it seems like it's so specific on how it has to be built. It's just I don't know, man. It's really weird. I like this. I like this line though. It's really cool.
Yeah, well, I've just basically, you know, I'm in the same boat as you, kind of like. I was trying to build them how they're supposed to look, but like now I've just been. I mean, I have like maybe four of these guys, so I am just like kit bashing these guys to Kingdom Come now.
Hey,
like,
that's like my guy comes with the clock as a chess piece too. And
hell
he's
yeah.
a wizard.
Let's go. He has like the mustache and stuff.
Sick.
He has like the mustache.
He has goggles and he has like a boot. And I'm gonna take pictures of it, you know, show it to you, whatnot.
Might be different then, but yeah, like I'm just kit bashing these guys now. I don't even care.
Yeah, man, it's just like I ended up doing it myself, and then like one leg ended up being way longer than the other,
yeah,
and I was like, well, this isn't the way. Like, I'm doing something wrong here.
You should. You should get at least like 2 or 3 of them. Are your single packs costing $5 or no?
Dude, my single packs are 10 buckaroos.
And you gotta. I'm gonna send you some, man. We'll work something out.
I don't know what's going on with my Target, man, but they're charging up the butt for the main.
It's to subsidize the cost for that 2-pack you got, basically.
Yeah, man, they're playing me. They saw, hey man, Rick's getting that pack for $9.99. Put the robots at full price.
Yeah, they played you like a damn fiddle, baby.
Yeah, man. I'm there at the Bluegrass concert with Hank, and they're playing me, man.
Oh no. Stealing your life story.
They're stealing my life story. Damn you, Randy Travis.
Oh no. What else did you get? Anything else?
I want to say that's it. All of us, by the way, exciting times. All of us that pre-ordered should be getting charged for Peter B. Mayfex this week. Super excited for that. I mean, I'm not excited for the hit it's going to take on my wallet, but I'm excited for the buy of it. I can't wait to have that. That's going to be great. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten anything else. If I think of anything, I'll write it down for next week. And yeah, but I don't think so. Whoever's next, you know, hit us with those sweet pickup deets.
You go ahead, Fabio.
Oh my goodness! I actually have something. I actually got something.
Let's go.
I got something last week, but I got something else this week. I wasn't expecting to actually, because I was gonna wait for my KG Beast to arrive too, but it's been so delayed that I'm just like, nah, just get through it. I just turned on my cam here. I got the Two-Face finally, which I'm pretty stoked about. The Mezco Two-Face. It's pretty sick. And like I can see why some people aren't really like too happy with the face, because like they really went with kind of a more realistic look to it rather than like a cartoony, you know. It could have maybe used like a little more wash on it to like bring out the detail, but it's still there. Like it's still gross looking. It's I mean obviously like from this side it looks exactly like John Hamm, which is weird. But I also like putting, you know, like everybody's been doing it, but you can put the unmasked or the like the regular Harvey Dent head on any of the other like Mezco suited bodies. So you can have a regular Harvey Dent with like say John Wick. It actually adds some value to your John Wick.
Johnny Wick?
There's gold in them there wicks.
That's right. It's a good figure. I mean, the tailoring's great. I love all the wiring on the suit as well. Like it really like helps, form it to his body a little bit better as well, and like make it look a little more slim fit suit. It's a good figure. I like it a lot. Lots of accessories, like a ton of hands, and like all the coin effects and everything that he can flip, and he has this crazy, double gun, double barrel motif on all his weapons.
I actually didn't like that part of it. The double gun shit was like kind of cheesy to me. I didn't like that. I would have liked not that you can't just use guns from any other of the 1,000 other gun-toting Mezco characters or whatever, but I don't know. I would have liked them to give him something a little more normal. I don't know.
But mean, either way, he looks good. I'm wondering if they'll give us a variant, of some kind with him, like a black and white suit or, pinstripe
I'm sure that's
something. I saw somebody repaint the face to like an animated series style where it's like blue with white hair and stuff. Kind of interesting, but
oh man, like that meme that's going around. My daughter keeps calling this guy toothpaste. When he has that blue face from animated, hilarious. Shout out to that guy's daughter. I don't know you.
I saw that this past week.
That's all I got in hand, but I did order it actually like right after the podcast last week. Big Bad Toy Store has more of these like resin dioramas from 12 World in stock, so I ordered the fire hydrant one. But I went back. I'm on it right now, just kind of checking what's available, and they got the small destroyed building back in stock, and it's only $40.
Oh, very nice.
All right, maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah,
P, what you got? Looks like you opening some shit right now.
Yeah, big shout out to David Walton. I did a logo for his new show on the radio.
Hell yeah.
Free Beats? I believe that's what it's
Big
called.
Daddy D-Walt.
And I did his logo, and he blessed me with this Pink Ranger. He had an extra, and he knew that I needed one. And I can't thank you enough, David. Hell yeah. Another live unboxing. Michael Wisman, the man, the myth, hooked me up with this Kang as well.
Oh,
hell yeah. Oh, shit.
Very nice.
And that Kang is awesome.
I can't wait. It's so great. Big shout out to Plastic Thunder, Johnny Quick. We have a new channel in the A.C.B.A. Discord. Join the A.C.B.A. Discord called The Hunt. And whenever people go out for toy hunting, we just like take photos of like our toy aisles or whatever. If there's shit that people want, we ask, and then it's a done deal. Johnny was at a Walmart. He saw a Kang classic swap out situation. Somebody straight up stole the bath. Box was all smushed to hell, and then he was gonna try and get it for mad cheap. But like he was asking if anybody needed it, and I was like, I do, but I was too late. And then Michael Wisman came in with a save. He says, I got an extra. I'll send it to you loose. Pretty nice. So I got those. I got a bunch of dumb shit. I got last Sunday. I went to a Walmart. I went to like a Walmart like 20 miles out, and then this was on clearance for like $18.
Oh, Battle Bus, dude.
Yo, we got the bussy.
Yeah, it retails for $50, and it was just randomly on clearance at like a weird Walmart, like for $18. Like you cannot pass it up for $18. And then coincidentally, I was looking at this right here for like weeks. This was like $50 also, and it was like on clearance for like $40. But then I knew that they would bring it down again, so I got this today. It just went even more down today. It was $23 at Target for like 10 of these little guys. So pretty nice. And then another
You're getting the feelings.
I know. And then another like little weirdo Target find was this little like droid looking robot thing. It's from like Hexbugs, also the same guys that do that BattleBot thing that I've been kind of into. Like it comes with like a little.
Man, that's very Ghost in the Shellish.
True. I got this because it comes with like this little remote, and like me and my wife always get like dumb like toys and shit all the time. That sounds like pause. My bad. But we always get like weird shit. So
like we're getting dumb little toys, huh?
Oh no, this is for the OnlyFans. My bad. And I got this because like it's pretty cool. It looks really cool, and then like it also like moves around too. It's pretty tight. And then on my stream, It's nice. On my stream, I had it up next to like a bunch of like different scale figures, and I feel like it could work with like a bunch of different scales. It's just like some random like Star Wars droid or whatever in the back. Work with like 3 3/4. Even like 1/6 scale, it could be like a little pet thing.
Dude, I'm thinking Spider Slayer when I see that.
That's exact. Yeah, and a lot of people were saying like Spider Slayer and like, yeah, man, it was cool. It was only like $25. I mean, that's whatever. So I picked that up.
Louise, man, you're coming up.
I know. I picked up a bunch of other like another. I'm always picking up like dumb shit now. Like I'm always like just looking at like clearance and like weirdo stuff now. So that's basically just been my life for the last couple of days. And I found some. I don't know if I talked about it last week I found a bunch of Mandalorian figures. I found the armor, so I'm pretty stoked on that. And then I found. Oh no, I didn't talk about. I finally found the Mandalorian and Child 2-pack. So
Hell yeah!
Super
yeah, dude,
stoked.
I saw your live reaction to that unmasking. Pretty.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
I totally
The drunk
forgot.
Theo head-
I totally forgot.
Drunk Theo head sculpt, man. Come on.
And yeah, big shout out to everybody who like reached out last Sunday, because after I know on Saturday last week I said that I was looking for this, and like I was like pleasantly surprised that a couple of you guys reached out to me privately on Instagram and messaged me about the restock on Target and stuff. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody who did that for sure.
Can I say something before we move on to something else that I just realized right now?
Let's go.
Somebody, let me get their screen name right on Instagram right now. I don't want to butcher this or do them dirty, because they tried to do me right here. Somebody by the name of Rosie Maker 1906 hit me up a week ago, and I didn't even see it. It was sitting in my approved file on Instagram, but it's not loading on mobile. And they offered me a Firefly, and I don't even know if he has it still.
Oh no!
So,
that is not a he. That is a she. Shout out to Rosie.
Thank you, Rosie.
But she definitely hooked me up with quite a few things over the past like couple years or so. Basically, like she's the one that sent me that foodie pack that I was looking at last week. Actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This sucks, man. I don't know what's going on with mobile, but it's not giving me my request messages. So I usually check like once a week on desktop. I just did, and I saw the message, and I was like, oh my god, 7 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you don't have it, totally understand. But thank you for the thought. I am currently, because I don't know the status of Rosie or this Firefly that I totally fumbled. I'm currently still looking for one. So yeah.
Target warriors rise up.
Yeah, I'll send her a message and see what's what, because I'll send her a message. I'll talk to you about it off air.
Yeah, thank you.
Look, what about you? What'd you
Pete,
get?
was that it?
I mean, there's more shit, but let's not drag it up. Those are the highlights.
I got 2 things this past week. I got the Firestar figure, Marvel Legends Firestar figure, which I actually reviewed today. I guess that review will be up tomorrow. And I also got the Cosmic Ghost Rider as well, which I'll talk about. I'm not going to review this, but shout out to my bad. Hold on one second. I want to get his Instagram name right. Go ahead, Rick. You can talk about what you got, I guess. My bad. Sorry.
I already did.
No, you're the last one, Boog.
Oh, I was
first.
Oh,
Sorry.
I do want to give a big shout out to Mike Hempsey from Diostructure. I had no idea he moved to my city, and I randomly saw him at a Target.
How did you know it was him?
Yeah, it's so funny because like he looks like an old classmate of mine, and I looked at him and we kind of like locked eyes, like like we're about to battle or some shit. And then I thought it was like my old classmate, and I was like, it kind of makes sense because I went to high school like only 2 hours from here. And then I was like, well, maybe it's not him. And then Mike is like, Poncho, and I was like, oh shit, that could be him. So I was about to turn around and go, what's up, Josh? Thank God I did not. So big shout out to Mike Hempsey. He's looking for a Cobra Viper too, so hook him up if you find one.
Oh, shout out to Jose _ Campos _ 085 who hooked me up with the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Heard me talking about the fact that I never picked it up and I couldn't really evaluate the figure for my top 10 or what have you. And he just sent me on the arm, basically. I'm like, yo, man, let me pay the shipping or something at least. He's like, nah, man, just, saying thank you and, appreciating your channel and contributions to the community and all of that stuff. So
Very nice.
Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I opened this up on the show, but I will be taking a closer look at this figure, and I'm happy to add it to my collection. So thank you for that. And I do have quite a few things coming next week. I'll talk about that next week, but those were my only two things this past week. And I think that's it. I think that wraps us for the night, unless there's anything else y'all need to touch on.
I'll just say this is the figure I went to that Target for. It's a little weird cat figure.
Oh my god, that's so incredible.
What the fuck is that?
It's like some Roblox figure. I don't fucking know.
Why do you keep
The funny thing is,
stupid
it
things
looks
I want to
cool.
buy?
It's
looks
nice.
stupid and cool at the same time.
That's it.
Yes.
I got it paired up on my Mouses at all time. So
That is hilarious.
He's a bandito, for the love of God.
that's it. And to remind
And on
everybody,
that note-
this is what I was looking for last week, and I found it. Little claw machine
That looks
guy.
cool, too.
Oh, that is so sick. That comes in those garbage cans, right?
No, this is a Roblox character too. Keep your
What?
eyes. Don't sleep on Roblox. Listen to your 12-year-old little brother or sister. Don't sleep on
I
Roblox.
gotta ask my daughter about this. That's funny.
Every once in a while, they do characters that don't look like anything else they do, and those things are kind of tight usually.
Damn, I gotta hunt down that damn claw machine. Little known fact about me is that I have really good luck, obviously, because
Claw King.
there is no, it's not really skill. It's all about payout. I just have really good luck, and I always show up to a claw machine when the payout is hitting. So I like 9 times out of 10, I'm winning that claw machine with less than $5.
Let's go.
So yeah, claw machines are kind of like my thing. So
You gotta take Rick with us when we go to Disneyland or some amusement park.
we're winning. We're winning, baby. I'll tell you that.
For sure. But yeah, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you to everybody for hanging out with us this evening. Thank you to everybody who donated, sent in a donation, super chat, anything like that. Once again, we are still utilizing that will forever be utilizing that to continue to upgrade the show. And so we are greatly appreciated for stuff like that. And yeah, I think that's it. We should be back next week. I would have like we said last week. I think leading up into what would be the time for Toy Fair, we're going to get a lot of reveals and news and information. So be quite a bit to talk about on the next 2 to 3 weeks. And that's what we're going to do. We'll be here with you talking about it. All right. So thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down there. And until next time, peace. Bye-bye.
Where from?
China.
That's it. Good night, everybody.